What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite wrestling podcast. It is the Monday Night Wave, baby. And you know what time it is. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. We had 99 episodes, but today is the 100th one, my niggas. Look at us. Look at us. We have made it to 100 episodes, bro. Absolutely crazy. Just nuts, bro.
Baby Franks.
Like... And I have a side tangent about those 100 episodes and the fucking space that it has on my computer that I had to transfer to someplace else. But we'll get into that. I go by Jay, a.k.a. the Lonely One, a.k.a. Pod Breaker, Pods and Reed, Misrespected Jumpers in the building. Actually, scratch that. With the 100th episode comes a new nickname. Kazuchika Opada is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
that was nice.
But you know what time it is. It's time to pass it off to the man, the one, the only, the Quattro, Mr. Heroic Money Man himself. Please take it away from here.
He is a wild card. He is the king of gorgeous. He is Mr. Sexy Ass Lottery, and that's not just me saying it. Everybody's saying it. His name is 4 letters, one word, 15, 30, 37, 38. 45, 47 hero, and I am glad to be back. And I am also he, and had to bring a Benjamin quote, since it's 100 episodes, baby.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
What is Shane McMahon saying in his song? Show me the money, DT, or is it? What is it?
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Dollar bill. Money, 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 money.
Yeah. Ooh. I gotta clean that up.
Yeah, that nigga rubbed.
But it will not be today.
That nigga rubbed himself like gold dust.
Jesus,
it's your boy DT. I will be honest, I did not think about, he got, okay. Hold on, hey, let me hold something. Yeah. I need $2. It's your boy DT. I can't even call myself the Oracle. That's right.
You know what
the
your
clairvoyant
name is.
one. Yeah, the clairvoyant one. The Ghost Rider of the WWE writing room. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't been writing nothing for SmackDown. Listen, I have no SmackDown Friday night responsibilities. It's your boy DT. Let's get it.
I don't like the way you said that. I don't like that. It's the 100th episode. If you don't get right, get it right, get it tight. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. All right?
And you make sure you eat your bootios so that you ain't booty. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Shout out to DT, a.k.a. DEO, is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. DEO. I ain't did it in 3 weeks. DEO. We have a stacked episode here. There's so much to talk about here. We have Dynasty coming up. We have WrestleMania in a week. We have 3 shows. We have Raw, Dynamite, predictions. There's so much to get into. But before we get into that, before we get into any other wrestling news, I want to ask y'all, out of doing 100 episodes, what is your takeaway? How do you feel? What's the, if you can tell your self episode 1 something, what would you say?
Definitely want to hear what he got to say.
I would say, look at the silver lining, hero, and just because you think it's bad doesn't mean it's bad overall, but it doesn't mean it can't be critiqued, which I'm pretty sure that's going to be the theme of today's episode. I don't know, man. I'm proud of us. I'm like, it's besides video gaming, this is probably the most consistent hobby I have, and I like talking wrestling with you guys. So, yeah.
I would say, not bad, kid. Not bad. Did all right. I went from, in the span of like 2.5, almost 3 years, I went from being completely out of wrestling to. I can pretty much predict where shit should happen, what should go on. And say now whether they do it or not, that's their own choice. But this has been great, man. It's been exciting. It's been cool to kick it with y'all. Stay consistent, like Hero said. This has helped bring back my love for wrestling. Are you dropping dollar bills from the ceiling? What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing this whole episode.
Yeah, man. This is great. This has been fantastic. Actually, real quick before you go too. So, on a couple of occasions, I have been told that this podcast has gotten people back into wrestling and watching wrestling because they have either seen clips on IG, they've listened YouTube, wherever they get their podcasts, etc. So it's been nice to kind of bring people back into the art of professional wrestling. So it's been dope, man. It's been fantastic. This has been a great journey.
It's funny because like the conception of this fucking like podcast was just like, of course, Heroes like before it even came up, it was like, hey, we should do this. I just never had the time to like do it. And then I think it was like one day, it was like 4 a.m. I was driving to work, and I was like, oh, I can name this podcast this. Like the idea came like that, and once I had the idea for the name, the logo came the next week, and then we ended up doing this fucking podcast like January. It was supposed to be January of I think 22. 23, 22. One of those. And
we started in February though.
Right. Because VK was doing his dirt shit and I had to push the episode. So if I could go back and tell myself one thing is to A, enjoy the process, right? B, create the schedule and make it lighter for yourself, because that first year and a half, 2 years, bro, it was just every week we're dropping an episode. There's 4 episodes a month, and that was a lot. So understanding to have that work life and pod life balance, and it's okay to miss a week of wrestling because you guys are so good that you're gonna be able to piece it all together anyway. That also being said, on the 4 episodes a week, making sure you take those episodes and push them onto a separate hard drive somewhere. That way, when you need to back these files up, it's not 800 gigs of fucking audio and video, because it was steep, bro. I wish I could show you this goddamn hard drive. It's somewhere around here, but it's like an 8 terabyte hard drive, which I'm going to back up again. Yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed this because I really wanted to just have a platform where we can talk wrestling. I didn't have anybody to talk wrestling with, and now that I have you guys, I got people hitting me up like, "Oh, the pod was good." I listen to the pod while I'm working. I'm in the kitchen with my staff. We listen to it. It's nuts to think about that. What do you mean you're listening to us talk wrestling while you're at work? I didn't think that was gonna be the case at all, Yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out to us. Shout out to 100 episodes. Yeah, let's keep on rocking. Let's keep rocking.
Get it.
All right. News. A lot of good news this week, or the past 2 weeks, but let's dive into it. Let's start off with the light one here. T's and P's to Kyle Fletcher, who's out with a torn meniscus. He is out indefinitely.
They finally said what it was?
Well, I've been seeing reports where they said it was a knee injury and it had meniscus attached to it. So he's out a couple weeks. He had to vacate the title, so the TNT title will be in a Casino Gauntlet match at Dynasty. So we'll get a new champion. At Dynasty. Yeah, and I don't know what to expect there. I would hope that it goes back to Ciampa. I think that'd be really cool to see Ciampa get it back because he was doing really well with it. But who knows who's going to be the new TNT champion?
You said only a couple of weeks for a torn meniscus?
Well, no. I mean, when I say couple, I mean 4 to 8, 4 to 12 kind of thing.
Okay, because I was about to say, if he come back that fast, that boy different. Kyle Fletcher is probably my favorite, maybe second favorite wrestler on that promotion. And I have been praying to the wrestling gods that they find a way to get him away from Don Callis. And I just hope that they use this opportunity to get Kyle Fletcher's character and persona away from Don Callis. That's my biggest wrestling hope for him.
I don't think that's going to happen, but my biggest wrestling hope is that they keep him away from the TNT title. When he comes back, he does not need to be near the TNT title. We don't need to have him have a rematch for the title he never lost. He needs to have higher ambitions. He needs to be in the world title picture. It's getting close to that time for him to be chasing that title and not rocking this TNT. He should never got it back in the first place, but that's a whole other conversation.
All right. Okay.
But the way Don Callis was talking about him, I don't know if that's what happened, DT. Because he was like Kyle Strong. Like I was like, damn. Like it made it sound like one of those wristbands. I was like, I thought the injury was a lot more serious, bro. Because he was just, like, I was like, damn, is Don gonna cry?
And let me reiterate, alleged torn meniscus. I don't have nothing concrete, but from what it's saying out there in the world is that it's a meniscus, alleged. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the spot, it definitely looks like that's possible because it was like a double fall away slam or something like that he was doing with what's his name?
I just need him away from the Don Callis family. I need him to be on his own. Let Don Callis sing his praises till he come back. And when he come back, attack Don Callis, something. But I need a separation of church and state when it comes to Don Callis.
Separation of church and state. That's funny.
Jesus. He's too good, man. To me, he's too good to be in that pack. And honestly, Andrade too, but you just got back, so you need to kind of muddy through the water a little bit and figure yourself out for a good 8 to 9 months and a year or so before you start trying to elevate respectfully.
Okay. I agree. Next little note here, TNA pulling talent from indie shows. Right? It looks like there was a couple matches that were announced on the indie show. I forgot the name of the indie promotion, but I know the matches that they were talking about in particular was Ricochet versus Leon Slater, and then MJF versus Zig or Nick
Nemeth.
And I remember those coming out a while ago, and like there's this promo that MJF was doing with Nick Nemeth, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell is going on? He's calling him out online, and then the next day, boom. And this was months ago at this particular point here. It comes out that this week those matches were pulled, and the reasoning from Carlos Silva was partner conflicts, right? And we know what that means. We're reading in between the lines here. We can kind of see what's going on here. We don't want y'all playing with them over there. My thing is, forget the WWE involvement. Let's just focus on TNA here for a sec. Y'all not paying niggas enough anyway to be pulling people from shows. Yes, I believe there's a couple that's getting those solid contracts, and we've heard that before. But the ones that are not, and they're trying to, feed their families and get paid and work these shows and of course get reps, we're just pulling
it. But is that only specific to TNA?
For talent being pulled? No.
Talent being pulled, talent not being paid, talent needing reps. I think it's across the board for all three major promotions. Yes, while that is an issue, I think the overlining issue for that, for me, is these promotions are too busy signing people to keep people off of other rosters. I think that's the biggest issue. I think that's why we're seeing that. To me.
I also want to reiterate, this is more so them being pulled now. If the show's next week or the week of, and we're pulling them now, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Because not only do you fuck over the talent, you also fuck over the indie promoter who already sold tickets for the MJF and Nemeth, fight, who already sold tickets for Ricochet and Leon Slater. Like, I can only imagine that if I'm promoting this show and you pull them last minute when we had already contractually agreed to something, I'm tight. Like, what you mean? Like, we had this show ready to go. Now I either got to do refunds or find somebody to fill that spot in such a short amount of time. That's where I have an issue with. Like, you can't say, oh, we care about wrestling and the wrestling industry and the indies and these talent that we're pulling from these indie places and then simultaneously give them a killing blow. Like, we already saw 3 indie promotions go out this week, or last year alone. You can't be doing that.
I would believe that if you're pulling out that soon, and the tickets have already been sold, you're recouping that promotion. So you're paying for it. So it's a double loss regardless, because there's no way that you agree to something and you're a week out, you're 10 days out, whatever the case, and then you pull the product. Like you have to circumvent or pay that out. So you're paying that debt out regardless.
Yeah, and I was under the impression that Nick is still on that show, but he's just not fighting MJF because more in particular or more detailed is that seems like they don't want their talent being jobbed out to talents of other major promotions, but they can still do like indie shows. But it's like they don't want Nick losing to MJF or Leon possibly losing to Ricochet. That's how I at least the last thing I saw. That's how I interpreted what they meant. But I mean that doesn't negate anything that neither of you two just said. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's weird, and I would say it's unfortunate, especially because that they just tried to heat up that program because you said months ago, but I'm pretty sure that was in March, or either way, it was a couple weeks, and like they started off online. It seemed like a whole natural thing, and then all of a sudden, there was a match. I was like, okay, that makes sense, and yeah, so for them to be like, it's in our best interest to not have our talents face other talents from major promotions, and it's like like this is close to Mania week, like this is the time when you do that. And yeah, Dolph or Zig and Leon, they might be one of the people that have those guaranteed contracts, unlike some people that like Steph DeLander was talking about. But even then, still, like you're taking away exposure. You're making people have to change the whole program. So yeah, it's just unfortunate and kind of it's lame. But from a business standpoint, if you have to play devil's advocate, it kind of makes sense if you don't want like one of your main stars losing to somebody else that's not high on the card in their own promotion or something like that, or maybe even it is the world champion. Like that's been a thing in all of wrestling, so it's not necessarily a new tactic. I would say it's more shitty that it was such short notice.
If anything, then because Leon Slater and I think Nick Nemeth is the champion in TNA right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
It might be, but I thought he recently had the belt not too long ago. But if that is the case, let's say that's the case, then just use wrestling logic.
Santana.
Okay, Santana, perfect. So then use wrestling logic. Have both of those matches be interfered by people from the promotion of who would be said loser in the first place. So it just ends as a DQ. Is it the same finish for twice in a night? Sure. But you protect your stars and you protect your investments and you protect how they're perceived in their promotion. You already have storylines going for, let's just say, the TNA roster or whomever the case, because I believe AJ Francis is in the middle of a rival with Nick Nemeth anyway. So have him slide in the ring, clothesline Nick Nemeth, drag him out. It ends in a DQ. Like that's the match.
And I think that makes sense, but I think the issue is they don't want them working with talent that they're not partnering with, or a promotion that they're not partnering with. This is more so TNA not working with AEW than TNA working the match, because that does make sense. I just want to ask a question: is that what's the difference between your TNA talent being pulled from WWE versus AEW, and you have a partnership with WWE? Because we've seen they lost Jordan, they lost Hendry, and this all was from a partnership. On top of that, Joe Hendry was at the time, was he not TNA champion and Randy gave him the RKO at that time? Was that so? It's like
I believe he was champion. Yeah.
So what's the? He can get jobbed out to Randy Orton, but we can't have a full blown match somewhere.
God, I'm gonna sound like that guy. So
That's a good question.
It's a scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what immediately happened, storyline wise, promotion wise, after Joe Hendry lost to Randy Orton? There was this crossover or open door of Moose coming to NXT, Moose and Oba, Trick going to TNA. Trick won the belt. He carried the belt on both TNA and NXT. So
he's the reason I got that TV deal from Keith Buck.
Yeah, so like, so and that's the thing, right? So it's like, okay, we can do this if it's going to benefit us. So yeah, when you're making business deals, you take losses if it's something that's ultimately going to help benefit you in the long run.
Does it still benefit you if they take the talent? Or not take, sorry, that sounds crazy. If the talent chooses to sign to WWE, does it still benefit you?
Where has I'm gonna say, where has most of the second tier WWE talent been going?
SmackDown?
No.
NXT?
That's funny, but okay, they've been going to TNA. So people who have been getting cut from WWE have been getting contract offers for TNA and immediately performing in TNA. So you're a
life thing.
Yes, you have a pipeline of where if shit is not working here, hey, we can't have you in NXT because you've already been in NXT. You've been through that cycle. It didn't work on the main roster. You can go to TNA, get hot there, and if you want to come back, you can do so. So again, like it's TNA has the ability to say, yeah, we have former WWE star Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth. We have Top Dollar, aka AJ Francis. We have whomever. Just you can continue to name them. Like they've had people cross over. What's the girl's name? Zia Lee, something. They've had multiple people.
That was her name. I don't know her new name.
Yeah. So they've had multiple people cross over from WWE to TNA, and then from TNA to WWE. So there's clearly some sort of working partnership there where it's different. And maybe WWE is like the big brother. Maybe TNA is a subsidiary wrestling promotion for WWE. And so they could say, hey, nah, y'all not gonna work with me.
I mean, hey, y'all keep working with them, y'all lose your partnership with us. It's a simple notion as that. Cool, fine. We won't have, our wrestlers match with AEW wrestlers because we value our partnership with you guys. It makes sense. I understand the business side of it. It just doesn't make sense to be like, oh, we don't want them being jobbed out when it's like, yo, knockout champions have been pulled from TNA and went to WWE. Jordan
WWE
and Trent both went to WWE.
They're also considered the top brand, the premium brand.
For sure.
It might be a little different. They might view it different as an opportunity versus y'all going over here to have us lose to people who couldn't quote unquote cut it in the big leagues or whatever. Like they could view it that way.
And as a fan, I'm pissed because I wanted to see Dolph versus Max. I think that was gonna be a really fun match to see. So hopefully we get it down the line. I believe Nemeth has said that hopefully we can still do this somewhere soon. He's going to try to figure that out because he was really looking forward to the match with Max. So we may get that somewhere down the line here. Tony Khan jumped on Russo and Coach's podcast here, despite most people thinking that hey, what the fuck is going on here? Why would you do that? I believe in particular in the interview, I watched the interview, it's an hour or something. He had asked, or not asked, he had said that Meltzer told him that he shouldn't do the show, and that he came out and did the show anyway because I want to see what you guys have to say. I can't. Paraphrasing here, but just because you said something bad about AEW doesn't mean he doesn't want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. That's not going to stop him from talking to you. Some of the topics here that they asked about was Tony Khan and Shane. How close was Shane joining AEW? And Tony had said we just had one interview, and I was in the airport. We had one interview, or not interview, just a meeting, and out of nowhere a picture came out, He said somebody came in the room and just took a picture. If you look at the picture, it was like really random, like that this one person came in and just took this picture. Kind of insinuating that somebody was trying to use leverage in some kind of way here, right? This picture of Shane McMahon with Tony Khan could have been used as a smokescreen somewhere else. But he felt like it was just really odd, like, this never really happens. He said, I've sat with people who are more important than Shane McMahon, bigger, other talent, and there's never been somebody busting in the room and just taking a picture and just, doing what they will with it. Vince asked Tony Khan about, Punk and how he's, how he learned from it and whatnot. We've heard his rendition of this beforehand, but he's definitely learned from that situation a lot. He says that he learns that it was necessary for him to keep AEW surviving. Once again, reading between the lines here, losing CM Punk can fucking tank a company. And in his eyes, he was just focusing on, at that point, what can I do to keep this afloat? Vince Russo calls out Tony for his booking, says that he books for himself instead of the fans. Russo also said Triple H does the same thing, where they book for themselves and not the fans. And Tony, his response is that he's sticking to his guns because that's what built the audience of AEW. He doesn't want to change it up too much or change it at all because this is what got him here in the first place, is the sickos or those casual, those hardcore AEW fans. I do agree that catering to your audience is a lot better than catering to the masses, but I do understand the need to change and make it, welcoming for most people or for the incomer or the newcomer. I kind of look at it like, how can I say it? It's like Currency fans versus like Drake fans, right? Currency's able to survive and thrive with his, maybe a better one would be like Tech Nine, is able to thrive and survive off of his core fan base. He doesn't really need to change anything, but his core fan base is still going to be there and rock with him no matter where he's at. I think that's kind of the philosophy that Tony may be rocking with.
I'm sorry, because you said Rock and he did a song with The Rock, so
Rock, yeah.
it made me laugh.
That's what he did do that song with The Rock. I forgot all about that shit.
It's funny.
One of the ones that he had mentioned was about Chris Jericho, and Tony came out and said Chris Jericho was a free agent. He was free to sign wherever he wanted to sign during this time of with this year that Chris Jericho had off, and that they asked him why Chris signed, but Tony said you have to ask Chris why he re-signed. But he had said and confirmed that Jericho was a free agent, was out there, doing his thing, suiting offers and whatnot, but ended up coming back to AEW. There were some weird jabs in there too from like Russo and at paraphrasing once again, but he had said something to the effect of, the product in WWE is bad right now. Why don't you just go for the juggler and go for the kill and take him out, right? And Tony was he says, in the past that was my mentality, the rebellious. I want to be the opposite and be the anti WWE and whatnot. But he says right now I'm just focusing on our group, what we're doing. I don't know what to take in between that, but he wasn't falling for the bait of Russo trying to get him to yo, stick a fork in him. There's no need. Why would you? What would be the purpose? Is kind of what I got from Tony's energy there. Not saying that he was even thinking about it, but just more so, why? A lot of Russo and coachmanship was based on a lot of old rhetoric. They're very attitude era, the good old days. The business was the best when it was, just the guys back there. They also Russo had a problem with fans attending scrums, content creators and not real journalists. And I feel like that's also dated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's a good point, but yeah, it's dated.
The reason why is because he wouldn't be let in those spaces. Most of the time when you hear people make that complaint, it's because they're the ones who've been phased out, and they feel like it's a slap in their face because they're the ones with the journalist credentials, or they know more about the business than anybody else, and that's great. But you guys aren't the ones who are driving the product. You just said it. They spoke a lot of old rhetoric. Nobody, respectfully, as an attitude baby. Like, no one cares. Them niggas are not coming back. They're done wrestling. Except for Jericho.
No.
They're
The
done
Attitude
wrestling.
Era is overrated. Can I say
Like,
it's so
yeah,
overrated?
Sure. Yeah, you can say it. There were like 4 or 5 really good stars that like carried it. Absolutely, we can say it. We can.
It's overrated, bro.
And it's looked
It
at
would
through
not
rose-colored
survive
glasses.
the internet if it was happening today.
No, like no, and that's even with like without the risque shit, right? Without the you know the girl flashing her
just the
boobs,
book.
like,
No, just the booking.
The
People
booking.
would be able to
yeah,
handle it.
like
If people can't handle what's going on the weekly basis with all 3 of these companies or 2 companies, they wouldn't be able to handle that Attitude Era.
Attitude Era was not that.
Triple
it's
H
not that
again,
great,
Stone
bro.
Cold again, Stone Cold again. He doesn't wrestle. Where's the work rate? Bro.
He's got the same 5 moves: Thresh Pest, Punch, Mud Stomp, Stunner, Beers. Like it. That's what people would say. Like, but this is the era that helped build and propel
Right.
professional wrestling.
Right.
So it's always going to get its due. It's always going to be highly respected, and people are clamoring for those days when they felt something because it is nostalgia.
Right.
Right
It's like-
now, we have better athletes. We have better athletes. We have the product looks better, is shot better. The ideas, for the most part, are better. Even though, like, you could say some of the shit is retcons of things that have happened before, but the stadiums are just as full. They're starting to dwindle a little bit. Niggas keep trying to charge motherfucking $20,000 for tickets.
I saw that.
But like we're in a prime era where as long as they do what they're supposed to do and Ari gets his hands on hands of WWE, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
How-
And also, real quick, Vince and Coach suck. Like last time Coach was working, he was awful on commentary. Couldn't wait for him to leave. Vince Russo is a terrible writer. I will go on the hill for that. He's a terrible writer. He is desperate for a job. You can tell by the way he talks about everything and everybody and how he talks to everybody. Keep doing your stuff with the ICP. Shout out to I Saying Clown Posse. I don't want no beef, but you keep doing that, bro. And keep.
You know,
if Tony wanted you, he would have been hired you. It's
What's
about to
funny-
be 7 years. He doesn't want you. No one wants you.
what's funny, right? Because I forgot about this part of the interview. Is that they asked him about like Britt Baker, and he's like, it's kind of hard to work people in from injuries into storylines because we have things planned out so far, right? We have like 6 to 8, whatever, how long. And Russo was like, well, how about, can you send Britt over to my promotion? Can't she come over and do some work with us? And
Nigga,
Tony's
you
like,
just got-
okay.
You just tried to shit on me right now. Why would I do you a favor?
And
What
so
are you talking
Tony's like, yeah, like let's talk about it, or like we can look into that and see like if we can get Britt over there. And he's like, oh, I'd love to have Britt over there. And it, like the tonality shifted because now you have something that like, oh,
He could do something for me. He might. I'm in his favor,
bro.
Yeah.
It was so
Bro,
crazy. I was like,
he's such a
what?
grifter. Like it's
I was like,
just
what
it's
hey, what's going on here? Y'all was just trying to grill him, but he's like, oh, we can look into having Britt come over there. You're like, oh my god, we would love to have that, And once again, I think a lot of like inside this interview, Tony was talking about the love for just professional wrestling and indie shows and keeping them alive, and having multi-talented or talent contracted to multi promotions and whatnot. So the freedom of I can rent out a Britt Baker or rent out a Bandito over here, and like the appeal to that, because once again these talent are independent contractors. Go get paid, do what you got to go do.
Tony has an opportunity. We've been saying it for the last 8 months. Tony has the opportunity to do something really dope next April. He has an opportunity.
That's funny you said that, because
Like-
Ospreay had thrown out some hints. Ospreay was like, hey, if they're going to Saudi next year in April, we can do something crazy while they're out of the country.
Yeah.
So-
Fuck 'em.
yeah. I wouldn't do it on the same day, but I would definitely
hell
do
no.
something.
No.
I would not do that on the same day.
Nope.
I don't know, nigga. Depend on the build. If the build look anything like this year, if it's full TKO next year,
Listen.
This do you guys remember last year? Like,
you think
Seriously.
this is not as bad as last year?
This is last year's a thousand times worse.
Way better than this year. Last year, I didn't have to deal with Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee hijacking the show.
There's more celebrities, but the build we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Let me finish up this. Let's wrap up the news here. We'll dive into the show. Last bit of news here is the leaked text messages between Triple H and upper management here, right? Which is so fucked up. It's so crazy. Backstory here, people, is that of course the Vince McMahon lawsuit still going on here. Text messages have been unveiled, and a lot of them, from Nick Khan in particular, are deleted. They're just not there. We don't know what he said to these things here, but I'll go through them here, and let's just start from the top here. First one is fucking crazy because it's Vince, right? February 28, 2023. Vince is supposed to be gone 2022. He wasn't supposed to be there, but apparently in this it shows that Vince was still active in the production and the controlling of stories and shit like that with the talent, which is fucked up, right? Because in my head I was like, oh, SummerSlam in 22 when Brock and Roman had the tractor and it's like Triple H he's the one leading the show. I was like, damn, Triple H is doing a really good job. But you telling me it was Vince? Don't laugh.
But now you don't like it? Now you don't like it?
No. I love what happened in SummerSlam 2022. Okay. That shit was fire, but I was like, fuck, man. I thought Triple H I was giving that one to him. That had a notch in your belt right there, boy. You was cooking. This whole time was fucking Vince.
I mean, if you ask me, WrestleMania 39 was epic too. So.
And that was under Vince.
Well,
like the LA Hollywood fucking Roman Cody one was under Vince. And diving into that, the first text message here is Vince to Nick Khan about, hey, does Roman and Cody know the new creative decision? Because at that point in time, I believe they're flirting with the idea of Cody winning at Mania 39, right? But Vince told them, nah, we're going to switch it. Roman's going to be, he's going to hold the belt, and then Cody just have to go back the next year. I saw this tweet, this text thread a while ago, and I was like, Nick Khan responded, Langus. And I was like, what the fuck is Langus? Like, what does that mean? And Vince also responded, what in the blue hell is Langus? And Nick Khan's like, read it backwards, and it's Signal. Apparently, Signal is a messaging app where you can just throw a message in there, it deletes.
It's like, what's up, app.
Yeah. So, there's a lot going on here between these two, and a lot of messages that are no longer in the ecosphere because they were doing shit on Signal or whatever. Before we get into that, how are we feeling now that we know that Vince was in head of creative from 2022 to sometime in 23, maybe after Mania? Like,
I already knew that, and I thought everyone already knew that.
I had no idea. Mm-hmm. No clue.
Yeah, no, it's the SummerSlam when EO and Damage Control pop up. That's when he's like pretty much fully out.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe that is the same SummerSlam, but like he was gone, but yeah, he was still giving notes to like Bruce Pritchard and stuff. Because even Rhonda in one of her interviews, she was talking about it. She's just like, as long as Bruce Pritchard's there, Vince still has an earworm and whatnot. But I thought that was knowledge that people already knew. Not to jump ahead, but like my overall thoughts with the text messages is like, if you are someone on the camp that Triple H is a goof, I feel like you might have some proof on that. If you're in the camp of feeling bad for Triple H because he always has his hands tied, whether it's Vince or whether it's Ari Emanuel, then you have proof with that too. I feel like there's however you feel about Triple H, I feel like these text messages might lean towards whatever you believe and how you feel about them. I think they're absolutely hilarious, and I think Nick Khan is the perfect agent because he gives off sleazy vibes. The fact that he's playing both sides in these text messages, absolutely hilarious. It's just, I don't know, but also I don't blame Triple H. Like he is shook, but also at the same time, if the person that you thought was your boss, which happens to be your father-in-law, also is gone, quote unquote, but then he's like, yeah, he's showing up today. Like what? Like I'd be like, what? So I don't know. That's my thought. I feel for Triple H in that instance.
You're not wrong. It shows that like he don't control as much as I thought. And if you sit there and think about it, it makes sense to where, like, bro, they just bought the company. You think they're gonna let him just run it? Like, TKO is gonna have the impression. We gotta protect our investment here, right? We gotta make sure shit is gonna run. We just spent all this money to buy you. Yeah. You think we're just gonna we bought y'all? Go ahead, do y'all.
Yeah,
nigga, hands off. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
No,
so
bro.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We are going to start charging $30,000 for ringside seats. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get all our money back in 2 years by charging $30,000. Because wrestling fans are stupid.
Yeah, it's funny because like the text that Heroes mentioned, he was like, "Oh, told by security that Vince is going to be in Cleveland on Monday," and all Nick Khan's like responses are just deleted, like it's just gone. And it's
and
like
Triple H sent the double text. He's like, "You good? You okay?
You good? We okay?" Like,
oh, man. From anyone who ever sent the double text, you know that feeling when you're waiting for a reply. You're waiting for the reply, so you send another message.
It's funny because like one of the serious ones was like, you know, Paul is talking to Nick Khan again. It's like the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of disappointed that in the Ari conversation, seems like we're in the same place. I'm going to tell him to stay out of it or else. That's way different than I'm telling him that he's done. It's over, you know, kicking the can down the road, right? So something happened there where like Ari, this is December 23, where Ari's rubbing H the wrong way, or Paul the wrong way here. Something's not adding up. So much so that Nick Khan deleted the message. Paul responds again, "What do you think about me hitting Shapiro to get his take and let him push or direct Ari better?" And I believe Shapiro is also up there with Ari as far as like TKO, like ownership here, or he's close to Ari Emanuel. So he's thinking so much that, hey, you're in our shit so much that I got to talk to your boy to like, hey, can you get him to like, you know, back off a little bit? Like, it's a little too hot for him. He's in our mix too much. Paul don't understand that, bro. They're in the mix forever. Like this is, they're in this. There's a couple of other here, and we won't get into that. But my overall thought process is that this looks terrible for Paul Levesque. Like it looks bad. It looks like scapegoat material. It looks like, oh, if the tickets don't sell well at Mania, it's all your fault. We're going to let you go. And I wanted to let you know right now, if y'all fire Paul Levesque, it's the worst decision you could ever do. It's the worst decision you could do. And you don't have it in you to do that, bro. You don't. Because you do something like that and try to put somebody in that place, you're lost. You seen what they did about Truth? You let Paul Levesque go from like his NXT people, you're gonna kill the industry. Don't do that.
Well, as of right now, I feel like if it happened, I feel like people would. There's going to be a subsection that would like it just because they blame him for literally everything. But and I feel like these text messages prove that like it's probably not him that wants. I mean, he probably is cool with Pat, but it's probably not him that's shoving all this stuff down our damn throats. Like, I don't think it was his idea to put the Slim Jim on the table. I don't think it was his idea to put, you know, to have Jelly Roll on SmackDown in 5 different segments. It's like, yeah, he's the booker, but obviously they have a whole writing team of like 30 motherfuckers, and that's only the people that you see on Unreal. That's not even people that we might not see. And then obviously everything that Oriel's doing, like, this merger, like if you like just since the merger, you can see it every year. It's been increasing with the shenanigans. Like the first year was The Rock trying to take Cody's spot with the Roman stuff. Fans revolted and they changed it. But following year, you have Travis Scott debacle, and you know now you got all this shit. You got the Cena thing. You guys turn Cena just for it to fall. You know, it's just it's ridiculous. And we're gonna talk more about this even later, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's funny that the last bit here is that there was a text where Levesque forgets that Punk is on the same plane as Vince and asks like if that's going to be an issue. And I remember Punk did like an interview say like, oh, the last time he seen Vince was like in a hotel gym or something like that. And it was like, well, clearly somebody lying here. But it's just there's so much that happens behind the scenes that we shouldn't really be privy to. Like this, once again, this only comes out because of Vince and his dirty shenanigans. But like, there's a lot going on behind the scenes here, and this just strengthens the pot of like, you know, conspiracy theories in a lot of people. Any
real
final
quick,
thoughts?
yeah. So since you said that, like, I just you made a good point, and I don't want anyone to forget it. Like these text messages are funny, and it does give us a new insight into like how some of these people may be treated and like who's really in control. But at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with the Janelle Grant case, as far as I'm concerned. So don't like. It's very similar to me. To me, it's giving off what the current presidential regime is doing. Like, you're trying to get us distracted by every little thing so that we're not on the files. Like, don't let, like, yes, this is funny, we can get our jokes out, but like, this is about Janelle Grant, like, and all that shit, and like that is a way serious thing that needs a lot more focus than Triple H being shook. It's funny, but that's not the priority.
All right. Speaking of Punk, he kicks off Raw in Boston with a hard hitting promo. People are calling it pipe bomb, and I'm like, y'all gotta stop using that. Pipe bomb can't be used everywhere. It can't.
This is a really close 2.0, man. This is one of the best promos I've heard ever.
Are you sure it's not a pipe bomb?
We can't just keep putting pipe bomb on everything. Because pipe bomb-esque.
We not.
Pipe bomb-like.
Who said that? There's only two moments that I have heard outside of the initial pipe bomb, and that was the John Cena, where John Cena decided to do his thing, which is totally admirable and fine, because it's John Cena and Punk did it to him. And then this one. Other than that, I never heard a nigga say pipe bomb. Those three, and they all involve Punk.
It's true.
So
it's definitely true. Okay, let me get into the promo here. Huge promo, kicks it off here, where he's paraphrasing with a lot of this. He's being hated by losers. The price he pays for not being one of them.
Bars, like nigga. I might tattoo that on me, nigga.
They start chanting OTC, and Punk's like, y'all don't blame me if he doesn't show up. He's like, Punk showed up, and he's an old man. Old, not weak. Maybe I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we're building this off of like him being old. It's like, y'all niggas are 7 years apart.
Well, that's still old. That is. Yes, if you were in high school, if you were a freshman in high school, and a 21-year-old nigga came and you talk about he was going to take your girl, you'd be like, you an old-ass nigga? What you doing dating a 14-year-old?
Yeah, but in that same vein, if I saw somebody getting married and one person was 30 and the other person's 37, it's like, this is normal.
Look at that. Look at the ages you used.
40 and 47?
One is still older than the other, though, so it still counts.
Yeah,
it still counts.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
I ain't gonna say you marrying an old ass nigga though if he's only 6 years older than you.
That's what I'm
7
saying.
Years older than you. But I mean, you're both right, and you're both wrong. I guess I don't know. I agree with both of you.
He said years ago he was too stupid to understand, and now he's too rich to give it in. But now he understands why that people run this company. That run TKO when they send Reigns to Jimmy Fallon without a title, it's because he's safe. He's plastic. He's manufactured. Whereas Punk is dangerous and unpredictable. And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Punk
did could also do Jimmy Kimmel. Like you can do that too. You can take the Pompadour up there, and like they would love you as well. It's all right. He said Punk has worked. Punk has paid his dues and worked for everything. Where Roman's a nepo baby who ate dog food for a weird old man. And that weird old man for years treated Punk like a dog and expected him to smile, but he had FU money and took his dignity and left. And that's why Roman doesn't hate him, because he can't control him like his cousins and his family, and they can't control him. So the weird old man line was the one that like everybody just like, oh shit, he was eating dog food, and rightfully so. The boy was over there chained up eating dog food.
Wait,
I mean,
it couldn't be my
shit. What did Punk say? What did Punk say beforehand? Before he said that line?
He paid his dues?
Would you consider someone making you go out there and say suffering succotash and fucking dog food paying your dues in wrestling?
I call that public humiliation.
What?
I think you're both right again.
So he would be paying his dues, but carry on. It's still hit, but it's not the truth. But go ahead.
he kind of changes his direction here. He gets off of Roman and gets on Pat McAfee. He said, "You hillbilly, you think you come to the business and run your mouth? Well, you just wrote a check. You can't cash. Want to talk about ticket sales? Call your agent and tell him to lower the ticket prices. He'll be damned if he has somebody who kicked the football for a living talk to him about his business and put asses in seats, and he's got a receipt coming." Punk then says ticket prices need to be lowered so these families can all come see him, and so he can come see him step on Roman's neck. Also, I forgot that Punk had called him Pat McAfee at the same time as well, so he was just shooting all shots here. I like to call, Punk slight hypocrite here. Just slight. Can't be you can't be shooting shots at TKO when TKO gave you that Saudi check, which in the Pat promo later on SmackDown I saw it and I was like,
he says it.
It's just true. It's true.
Yeah. You got to call it like you see it. Mm-hmm.
Overall, how do we feel about the promo here? I'm once again paraphrasing, but I think I got most of the highlights here. Yeah. We see that the residential member of the OTC doesn't like the promo here. He's being
the promo.
Being a little sassy over here. I sense a lot of sass.
Bro, hey, Hero, pull up our text messages. What did I say?
My shit might freeze if I do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, hold on.
No text message. No pop.
But while he's doing that, man, I no hyperbole. Like this is, and y'all know how I feel about Phil. But no, this is one of the best promos I've heard in a very long time. I that shit was heat to me. There was a lot of there was another one where he was like, "How is it that I can go film multiple TV shows and come back?" And bro, he's barring everybody up, man, and and this is I like this overall feud. I do. I do have some problems with it, and we missed a couple weeks, so it's like I don't know. It's kind of been like a roller coaster, but it's mostly been up for me. But granted, next week is the big show. This coming Monday, Roman can't. There's nothing he can say to me. That's when he shouldn't say anything at all. I don't think there's anything he can say as a rebuttal. We should be done with the talking. We should continue to fight.
So I found the text. I almost said the tweets. Found the text messages. Hero 734. My God, Punk is barring these individuals up. He didn't say individuals.
I'm pretty sure.
And then I responded with the gif of Will Smith burning down the kitchen in Bel Air when he put the pot on fire. And then Hero responded, "Bruh, he just stopped talking and I'm in awe. I don't like this individual, but that promo." And I said, "Bruh, he wasn't playing with individuals at all."
Nah.
So yeah, bruh, the promo was fire. The promo was fire. And the crazy thing about being off these past couple of weeks is that me and Hero actually went over how the promo should have been booked and stacked, and I had the perfect formula, and I can't remember it right now, but all the talking stuff is done. The moment that Roman said, "We know you one of the best on the mic, and can't nobody stand in the ring with you when it comes to being on the microphone," one, he shouldn't have said that because you're already admitting defeat. But at that point, when that happened, there should be no more promos. You just got to start whooping this nigga's ass. That's all it has to be at this point.
Do you think that we should have done 2 different table spots? And we once again missed a couple weeks. Punk powerbombing Roman was quite impressive.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
absolutely.
lie. That was impressive. But do we think that that should have been stacked up back-to-back weeks? If I'm not mistaken, it was back-to-back weeks where the first week I think it was Punk powerbomb Roman, then Roman got him, or vice versa, one of the two. But
I think it's fine. For me, my problem with this whole, or I don't want to say problem, my nitpick, I don't even want to call it a nit. I don't know. My issue with this is and DT and I talked about this. To me, the tone of this feud has been shifting, and it's shifted weirdly in a weird way because it's like that very first interaction, the "I hate you" promo was so effing good, and to me, that's what this feud was about. And it's a parallel to what's going on with Randy and Cody, because it's like, oh, the 20 years, the history. That's all we need. Why are you adding all this other stuff? So like when they added you're just an old guy. Like Roman goes from he's super angry, he's super I hate you, and then he goes back to his Hollywood villain, doing his comedy shtick stuff, and then Punk talks about your dad, and then we go to your old, and then the Usos come in, and if it was like I didn't want the Usos involved, but the Usos actually brought more life into it for me. But it also makes me conflicted because I don't like them carrying Roman's storylines anymore. So yeah, to me the tones have been shifted, but like again, I enjoyed this feud. I've enjoyed every single week. I thought that, out of all the weeks, the promo where he does call him old, I think that was the weakest out of all the interactions. But I've enjoyed every single interaction. I cannot wait for this match, and I cannot remember why I started talking. What was the question?
It's all right. We'll take it from here. And back to Phil and weather.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have made it to 100 episodes.
I do agree that the tone has shifted a lot. And maybe that's the thing. Like I hate to compare them, but they don't even feel like the most important feud of WrestleMania.
You know what the most important feud is?
We know.
I'll cue it up right now.
I know you got it queued up. But that's the thing too. Like they've had less time, and the feud feels like okay, I'm ready for the motherfuckers to fight. And maybe the difference is that the Roman's not here. Punk is here. He's 1 week they're carrying. Like I don't. Maybe that's it for me. I don't know.
That's not the case.
The Oba and Brock feud is the strongest feud for WrestleMania that's been booked for WrestleMania. Like it's been the most fun.
Stephanie lives second because man, they've been beating each. Like if we gotta get a compilation of like all their they've been beating the. They might not really like each other in real life. I don't know the way they've been the way they've been interacting.
That's funny.
But anyways,
but yeah, Brock and Oba have it's just this. It's heat, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but it's like I'm not. And you know how I feel about Brock. I'm not even that's not even my bag, bro. But this whole thing that they got is damn, this is it's high intensity.
You know why, right?
I'm sorry. That just reminded me of the Ryan Coogler quote. He just I don't even really drink soda like that, but when
they did that, I got involved with that.
That's exactly what Loader just said.
I don't even like Brock Lesnar, but when he went against Over, I got involved with that. You know why, right?
Why?
Who have we seen? I'm not gonna do all that shit. I'm not gonna do the riddles. It's Paul Heyman. Where's Paul Heyman at right now, and where is he not at? Paul Heyman is with Brock Lesnar, and he is not with Roman or CM Punk. That's why Oba and Brock are being booked damn near perfect. There are no flaws in any of their interactions.
Nope.
The one thing we have not done yet, for whatever reason, is heard Oba on the mic cut a promo. And that may very well happen this Monday as we head into WrestleMania, just so people know that he can talk. And he's not just somebody tossing people around and power slamming people. But this has been perfect. We've heard very little from Brock. The one thing he says is one signature line, "Get your ass out here," which is just some you standing on somebody's front lawn waiting for them to come out off their porch type shit.
Get your ass out here.
Get your ass out here. Cool. I'm with that. We have not heard Oba say "you gonna die tonight" as he walks down either. He has not said that. So I would love if Oba say that on Monday to pop. Man, this should be. Listen,
they shouldn't open the show.
No, they should.
Unfortunately, they have to. Because you're not gonna take Punk and Roman out of that space just because of who they are. But I promise you, And they
Also,
put
Brock doesn't work middle of the show. If he ain't main event, then he's
if he's first or
opening.
last, he's not doing it.
and he's at the perfect space. This match is at the perfect spot for WrestleMania. Someone got mad on Twitter, and I had to calm them down and explain to them why it made sense. And they seem to be on board.
Explain it for the show. Explain it for the
yeah.
show. But it made sense. I favorited it. It made like I was like, yeah, that's pretty right.
So people are like, this is a main event. This is a main event, and yes, it is. It is. But the perfect time to showcase the new generational talent and monsters when you can have everybody watch for free. This match is going to happen in the first hour. You're going to see people react to Oba. Brock's going to come out first. You're going to see people react to Oba. You're going to see the chant. You're going to see people dancing. It's going to sound Goldberg-esque in Vegas. It's going to make Vegas feel like it's bigger than what it is, regardless of how many tickets they sell, because Oba is going to be able to captivate the audience that way. And you're talking about in the first hour on the big night of WrestleMania, people are going to see this new generational monster take out somebody else. Take out Brock, who has been known to be a UFC fighter.
Hopefully.
That's what you're standing on.
Yeah, it would be. Listen, to me, it would be backwards ass booking, and here's why. Since we own it, I'll do it real quick so we can get back to topic. The reason why Oba needs to beat Brock is two reasons. One, you're stamping the fact that Oba is the new monster. That's the second one, or the first one. The second reason is because Paul Heyman is going to owe Gunther a favor. Brock doesn't beat Oba. That means it's time for Oba to be put out, it's time for Brock to be put out to pasture. Who has been retiring people for the last year? It's been Gunther. I saved you from Seth Rollins, so now you're going to owe me a favor, and at SummerSlam, I'm going to put your boy out to pasture. I'm going to end his career. And then Brock gets to end his career at Minnesota at SummerSlam and his event and his city, state, etc. And he'll get to go out and go to Saskatchewan and hunt deer and elk and make jerky and shit. And to me, that's the booking. The new monster knocks Brock off the pedestal. It's done. It's a wrap. Respect to Brock's wrestling career. All the other shit outside of that, whatever. And then SummerSlam, he get put out to pasture by Gunther.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because my next segment here was going to be about Seth Rollins and his promo and how he comes out the gate and he's telling us, I'm trying to put the piece together. How in the hell do I got beef with Gunther? What's going on? Like, we don't have a history. There's no personal issue. Like, what's happening? And the only logical answer he came up with was he has to be in a relationship with Paul Heyman. Now, we got maybe a sneak peek of, the Oracle's vision here of why that happens. Because prior to this, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It came out of nowhere, right? We knew that Seth Rollins was not missing WrestleMania. We knew that Gunther was also not missing WrestleMania. Am I pissed off that, like, we're going to have Seth versus Gunther? Absolutely not. They're going to this is going to be a banger. They're going to blow this bitch up.
And that's why they're on the card. So for the people who were like, there's no storyline. What's going on here? It don't have to be a storyline. We can make one up. These are two of the best.
We just fight just to fight?
Yeah, these are two of the best in the company. These are. And I know Hero is the resident Seth Rollins disciple on this pod, but who watch wrestling know Seth is that guy.
But,
so,
nigga, let's just bring it back to the basics of, I ain't got to have a story. It could just be, I don't like you. And I want to fight you. That's cool for me. That's all I need.
That was enough for Seth. We don't have to have no beef for real, but because you with him and I'm after him, I'm gonna fuck you up. So show up to WrestleMania.
You're in my way here, because you can't take out, hypothetically, you can't take out Brock, because I want to take out Brock. So I'm gonna take out you so that you get the fuck out my way, so I can take out him. Boom. There goes the storyline. Now, will they do that properly? Will they follow the suit of making this the most seamless way possible? Probably not, but we'll get there eventually.
Gunther is probably going to beat Seth, unfortunately.
Seth wins. I mean, I have my booking too, and it's backwards from yours. I think Brock wins this first interaction because I think they go 2, maybe even 3. I think Brock wins this first interaction with Oba, and he does it by doing something he's never did before, which is cheat. and we get a rematch, and that rematch is like a last man standing. But Seth beats Gunther, then we get Braun Breaker on Monday.
Listen, I'm fine with that. I'm going off of the idea that because Brock talked about it in some that he's done. He's pretty much done. He says like he cares more about what his kids are doing and being there for them than being in the ring. To me, that sounds like, hey dog, I got two left. And he's been very giving to Oba and has like Brock's work, regardless of how we feel about him outside of the ring, Brock's work for Oba has been monumental. And for WWE writers or booking or somebody or whoever the fuck to come douse that fire just because they want to like hold Brock as whatever is fucking stupid based on how you've presented Oba, how the crowd has reacted to Oba. Oba is going to be selling tickets and selling out arenas for a long... They're selling his beads. They're selling his beads already. Like, they're already selling beads.
I got a terrible visual.
Man, I mean, I thought of Akuma, and then when you said it twice, I thought something sexual, and I was like,
damn, dog! I was putting
scrunchies with Oba's beads in his ass. That's crazy, bro. We can't do that, bro.
but to go back to Seth and Gunther real quick, another reason I think Seth is going to win is because Gunther is his new nickname right now is the career killer. Mm-hmm. Seth is injury prone, quote unquote. You're not going to kill my career, not when I'm busy trying to kill Paul Heyman. So I think that's another reason why Seth is going to get this one. This is his return match.
Any possibility that Gunther could want to kill Seth's career?
It's not going.
It's not going to happen. That's why I think that's why I think Seth is winning.
I think that you can make that distinction by Gunther cutting a promo. He doesn't, just because he wrestles somebody doesn't mean their career is over. Unless he says, I'm going to end your career. Then that means this is a career-ending match. He could wrestle whoever, because then what happens is you pigeonhole Gunther into only wrestling people that are on the way out, and it doesn't do anything for his character. So he could be the motherfucker that stands on his word. Like, if I say I'm going to end your career, I got AJ out of here, I got motherfucking John Cena out of here. I got Brock Lesnar out of here. If I say I'm going to end your career, your shit's done. But if I'm just wrestling you and slapping you because I feel like bullying you and I want to chokehold Pat McAfee for a whole fucking 15 minutes, then that's what I'm gonna do because I'm Gunther and that's what I want to do.
And they did give you that caveat because the next promo afterwards was, he says, "Oh, you owe me a favor now." So this already changed the stipulation from it being the career-ending match to, oh, he's looking to gain something from Paul Heyman. So we're in a different lane here entirely. Before we leave this topic, I do want to say that like Oba probably has the best like 1-2 of legends to like give you a push, right? Like you get the rub from John Cena on the retirement match, and then your next major feud is Brock Lesnar, right? And let's not even, and I'm not gonna play around with it because even before that, he's touching up with Rusev, who's preparing you for the physicality of Brock Lesnar. So like they all played their role in getting you ready for this moment. So if you're putting this much effort into Oba, he can't be the normal monster among men, Braun Strowman type. He can't fit in that mold, and I don't want him to be in that mold. So they have to use him as this like next level world champion. He can't beat Brock Lesnar and then drop to the IC. That doesn't make any sense to me. You are a mainstay now. So wherever we go from here post Brock has to be towards the moon. It has to be.
Money in the bank, right? Give it.
They gave you the signal when he left the NXT Championship belt in the ring. He didn't lose it. He lost it to Ricky Saints. Saints, yeah, that's the one that starts. Yeah, off of his quick move, it was a pop. But when he came back, he was dominant. And they said you're not losing on the way out. Most people lose that belt on the way out. I think was it Asuka that maybe left it, that vacated it.
Yeah, Asuka vacated. Yeah.
So and then you saw what they did with Asuka once she got to the main roster.
Yeah, she was out of here.
Yeah, so that's their way of telling you, like,
Asuka
hey,
won Rumble,
and they went on to
she did not lose until Mania.
Yeah, she went on to just beat everybody the fuck up. So like, Oba's in a spot where he's not going to be losing, or he shouldn't, because they could just do whatever, but he shouldn't be losing for a while. This doesn't mean that he has to be invincible or have these weird quirks or whatever. He can eventually lose, but it has to be to the right person and for the right reason. So,
last bit of news or side tangent here, and then we go to AEW. 6-way ladder match for the IC. Gets a new entrant, or I guess it was 5-way. Now it's 6-man because Rey Mysterio comes back, and he's like, "Hey, I'm joining this ladder match," which I'm all for Rey. Shout out to Rey. We back. However, irresponsible. Irresponsible.
I did not expect you to say that.
Because how are you going to do all this work, go away, get the stem cell treatment, get your knees right, and jump directly into a ladder match?
because it's fucking Penta.
Yeah, man, ball is life, bro.
Irresponsible. Give this man a pink fluffy jacket and some face paint. Irresponsible. All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you did there. You're correct.
However, though, I do think this match will be really fun. If it's any notion, they do ladder matches pretty well in WWE, right? Like, I don't think I've seen a bad ladder match in WWE.
This nigga just jinxed it.
Fuck.
I mean,
It's like
there's too many flyers. I mean, there's too many flyers in this, man. This
You got Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Penta. Is Rusev in this? He's not really a flyer.
I thought Rusev was in this.
Yeah, you got
he's the
Rusev.
powerhouse in here. You got it. You need a power body. You know what I'm saying?
And then Rey Mysterio and somebody else. And I apologize to whoever I'm missing because I know
Is
they
it
going.
Grande?
No.
Ugh. He was
Is it?
forgotten on purpose.
Oh, JD McDonough.
Oh, McDonough. Yeah.
Oh man, I just thought about his ribs. Woo. Okay, look.
Amen.
So, yeah, bro, this shit gonna pop. This shit is gonna pop. I'm excited for this match.
Yeah, that one
Javon
is gonna be fun.
Something crazy, bro. I can't
Something
wait.
stupid. Something stupid.
Did you see what he said? He said
About
that
over jumping that. So
he purposely overjumps people so it looks real. And respect to the game, bro. I need him to make it at least 15 years because he on some crazy shit right now. He purposely overjumping people.
They'll nip that in the bud soon. As soon as it gets one rotator, they be like, "All right, bro, you ain't touching a rope."
Hey, not gonna work, bro. We can't be saying that. He said one rotator.
So, yeah, bro.
Okay. Let's shift into Dynamite here. They were out in Edmonton, Canada. Immediately, show opens up with just fists. Ospreay's jumping Mox in the parking lot here.
Love it.
And we
it's
see
a refreshing start.
Death Riders come out, start helping Mox. SUV rolls up, and it's the United Empire with Alex Windsor for Marina Shafir. Because I figured Marina probably needs to figure out what she wants to do now that Tony's injured and Ronda's not able to come in. So they brawl out, and then we get the announcement for the Chaos in Canada match as the main event. Shouting out the Amanada Willow match, which was fucking fire. I think Amanada coming back.
Wait, you just skipped about this. Okay, wait, hold on. So, I thought this was a really fresh. I don't want to say fresh, but it was refreshing for AEW to have an opening like this. It wasn't just an opening promo, and it wasn't just a random match that. Yeah, so I thought that was refreshing. At first I was very confused on who the hell those people were. They all came out. They was dressed like Reservoir Dogs, and I'm like, who the hell are these people?
Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue.
Yeah, Ospreay did he did better than commentators as far as explaining who they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped because AEW does have a problem sometimes not telling you who this person is, and their fan base is just Google it. But I thought it was a cool open, and honestly, it was a very I don't want to say it was WWE-esque, but it was one of those things where it's like it set up the match for later in the show. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is I understand this formula. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess that was it with that.
No,
I mean,
and
I don't know.
you are absolutely
it was
right.
cool.
Announcers did announce who the United Empire was. Ospreay did a really good job of doing it. He also did it again today for Collision. And then there was quite the promo in New Japan because the youngest, I think Callum Newman is his name. He's the youngest
23-year-old heavyweight.
Yeah.
And never heard of him a day in my life, but
I was familiar because I was watching New Japan last year and I saw him. He looked actually pretty good, but he's just mad fucking young. But
Javon Evans.
Yeah, and you can tell like he was a young guy just filling in the role. Like, he wasn't really like popping out just yet. But I was also tapped in because Ospreay showed up for his match in New Japan when he won the belt. So I was like, oh, I see. Like, I knew that's where they were going, was that he's going to bring back them over to kind of help him out. Because I was like, why the hell is Ospreay making this moment in Japan right now? That makes no sense to me. But yeah, shout out to them. It was a dope opening. It did look good. It was shot perfectly. You know, you understood from the jump. They're fighting them because he hates them, and that's what it is. Like, and we didn't talk about why.
I will say this: since we missed a couple weeks, I do not appreciate them trying to Men in Black flashlight us into thinking that Moxley wasn't just a damn baby face for like the last 4 months. I don't appreciate that. I get it, but I don't appreciate it. I don't like being lied to like that.
That was my transition because it was like Ospreay comes back at the last pay-per-view. We didn't talk about it, but he comes back after the Mox match against was it Konosuke? No, it was Konosuke.
Yeah,
it was Konosuke.
Yeah, it was Konosuke.
And has his promo where he's breaking out the hyperbolic time chamber, and then he attacks Mox. And now it's like, oh, that's right. Mox did kill Ospreay. That's exactly what happened in that cage match. And I was like, why is Ospreay here? And I remembered, Death Riders jumped him. So the whole babyface era, we're like, oh, we're cheering for the Death Riders. Definitely came to a halt when you remember that they tried to kill Ospreay. And roughly so. But it was funny. You are right. They're definitely trying to Men in Black you. They're trying to make you think that, like, oh, you guys weren't cheering for him. He was still a heel. Are you good over there?
Yeah.
You look like you just got a nude or something. Like
you look like you just hit.
Nah. we getting a mask versus mask challenge between the Grande Americanos. So it's finally happening. It got announced.
You really interrupted my segment and tell me that.
AAA. I don't know where it's happening, but it got announced at AAA.
It's the second time I use this goddamn button. It's out of his goddamn mind. How you gonna interrupt the goddamn segment here from Grande Americano?
Did you just mute my mic? Yo, that is... Bro, just because you don't like the gimmick,
I can't stand it.
Bro.
You know what's so funny about that? My brother calls me. He's like, yo, we talk about WWE quite a bit. Yeah. He was like, every time you get on the pod and you dislike Grande Americano, it's so funny, man. Because, like, he's starting to rub on me. Yeah. He's over as fuck right now. Yes. And I'm like, I hate it. I hate it so much, bro. I hate the fact that he's over. And the thing is, like, I can't complain about it because he's over in AAA. And they love this nigga. So I gotta sit here and just rock and just be mad.
He's kissing babies, bro.
Just real quick.
He's so fucking over in AAA. It's the dumbest shit in the world to me.
Did you see when he won the King of Kings tournament and got the sword and shit?
No. Bruh. Why would I watch that? You look who talking to me.
No. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you because I know you ain't gonna search for it yourself. You probably don't want it in your algorithm and shit. I will send it to you. Just watch it, bro. He dead ass starts crying in the middle of the ring, bro. In the whole arena, bro. It's fire.
That's funny as fuck.
But let's get back to AEW. But I just had to.
Getting out of the opening for AEW, we get the Aminata versus Willow match, which is fucking fire. Sheeta came back the week before, but Sheeta's looking from the crowd, kind of signaling that
shit had me laughing, bro. Because I fully believe this. I do not think that they told Sheeta when the camera was going to be on her. Because every time the camera went on her, And I urge you guys to watch. Every time she looked aloof. She looked like it looked like she was just. She looked zoned out. Like it looked like she was thinking about her grocery list. Like she did not. Because the camera would switch and you hear like sock face. Can't think of his name. He's like, there's Sheeta right there. She looks super fierce and like she's just like staring. Like I've seen Sheeta look mad before. That is not a mad Sheeta. That is a very
that's funny.
like deep in thought Sheeta.
And
right
you know what's so funny about that? They do the camera cuts multiple times. And like every time it looks like she's caught off guard. Either that's her focus face or they catch her at the wrong moment. I know what he's talking about. Because I was watching the match, I was like, why do they keep cutting Sheeta? Like, stop doing this.
Bro, I was laughing. I was laughing every time. And it was such a distraction because the match was really good, man.
Yeah.
Queen Aminata, she is officially my favorite woman wrestler on that roster. Cause she be
hard hitter.
She be beating B words up, bro. She be really beating them up, bro.
And she sells the headbutt. The headbutt that she does is so fire to me because it looks like, oh damn, it's a lot of impact, like just skull crushing. Shout out to Roxanne, but like it's just.
That is insane. That is insane.
Oh fuck. But yeah, they had a great match. Willow gets the win here. There was supposed to be a TBS Open Challenge, and I don't know if they're following through with that. I don't know if they're doing that on pre-show or they're just going to hold it for another time. But I thought they were looking to do that, and that could have changed with the Fletcher injury now too. That they were going to do that, but then had to figure out what they're going to do with this vacated title. Speaking of vacated titles and empty spots, Chris Jericho's back. He came back last week. Came out to the Judas, just Jericho in his purple jacket. Once again, we had spoke earlier about the re-signing. He re-signed with AEW here, and yeah, he's getting cheered. He's in a babyface role right now, and we know this because his first feud here is with Ricochet. But before he got
cheered the second week, he was damn near paying the crowd for cheers when he debuted.
No, the first week, bro, was crazy, bro. It was like, hey, like, why are we doing this? That shit was so, bro. Why are we doing? He's milking it, bro.
He's like going up. He's like, please say something. Stand up, please.
He's like, raise his arms up and hold the mic out, and like everybody's sitting down. And that's where he's from. Like, yeah. That was his hometown.
Yeah.
Like, he was milking it.
But that ain't where he reside, and they know that.
I do need to see what it sounds like out of Canada. Right now, they're doing this run in Canada, so he's getting like the pops. But I need to see what do the state fans have to say. What's going to sound like when he?
What's Chattanooga feeling?
I think he come back. I think Seattle will be the first show they like stateside.
As long as he's going against Ricochet, he'll continue to get cheered. Wow. He called it. He said he took his head off. He said, "Wow, you're really bold." You just made the list.
Yeah, bringing back he's like, oh, I haven't done this in 10 years. And rips off his little clip, the padding on the clipboard, and you just made the list spot, and it pops. I get it. Going back to what worked for you, like it's an easy one to like fall into.
I'm hoping he doesn't continue to do it. Okay. So I've seen some people talk, and one of the theories is that he is going to pretty much rehash all his old shit, which is why he dropped to Chris and he's just doing Jericho. I've seen that theory. Which I'd be fine with that. That would be dope. I just hope he doesn't go like he's not going to the well, like, because I love that gimmick as well, like that, like I just don't want to, like, I don't want you to reheat nachos from 10 years ago. I do love the gimmick though, so if you're like, I just don't want him to do it every week.
Nostalgia it's a high value thing in wrestling right now, so it may work.
It's a high value thing in just the world, bro. You see how many remakes they keep making.
It's also true. I do want to touch on the promo that he dropped just briefly. He's like, a lot of risks. He says a lot of risks have paid off, but some of them haven't. He has some stinkers. It's okay. That's part of being a risk taker, but he does it for the right reasons because he loves pro wrestling. He says it's why he tries to get into the best shape he possibly can for his return. And this business deserves the best Chris Jericho that he possibly can be. And the part that I want to focus on here is that, and now it doesn't matter where he is on the card. All he cares about is helping build AEW. So this kind of proves the point of maybe it's like, hey, Chris, you're not main event. So we're going to put you where we're going to put you, but we can't have you in this upper tier area anymore. Maybe this is what it looks like when you got to, put Chris Paul on the bench, right? Like, we're going to sit you down over here and work wherever you want to work. And I hope that's the case with Jericho. Not saying he can't have good matches, but a lot of it he was trying to take up starter minutes. And we need you to have bench player minutes, role player minutes.
You didn't have to do that to Chris Paul.
What? Chris Paul might get signed next week. He might come to us. We need a point guard.
Chris Paul retired. He's done.
Oh, really?
Yes, he retired. And that's the whole. We can talk about.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can get Jericho in like something small. Like once again, keep him away from MJF and all the high top players.
He's in shape, but I don't know about getting him in something small. Like don't overthink it, bro.
That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. This nigga is wild.
Woo!
Promo after like the Bucks had a match later on the day or later on in the card, but it just got announced that it's going to be Bucks versus Okada and Konosuke as a team because Callis is trying to like get them to like, hey, I want y'all to take care of the Bucks. Konosuke's like, I'll do it, but I want his belt. And Callis is like, fine, if you guys can team up at Double or Nothing, you'll go 1-on-1 for Okada's belt. Pippen and Jordan is his thing. He's like, I have the Bulls. It's Pippen and Jordan here. And they have this whole bit where Okada says that he's Jordan and Konosuke's Pippen. And Konosuke flashes the fuck out because you got me fucked up. DT, you look like you had something you want to say.
Yeah, much like Jerry Krause came down from the GM seat and told Phil Jackson, regardless of what he did, he was fired. Don Callis needs to be fired. That's just how I feel. I don't have I don't have no hot take. I don't have no booking reason. I'm done. Soon as I seen him say, I'm like Phil Jackson, I like when my players fight. Go fix your teeth, nigga.
Okay.
I'm here for it, man. I've been saying this for a while. I want him off my television.
I don't like. Why do I see him 85% of the Dynamite show? Why do you have 85% of the roster on your stable?
I swear I said this on episode 90, and y'all was calling me crazy. but Paul Heyman. But no, I agree with you, bro. I agree.
Paul Heyman's in the same position.
Yeah, because he's trying to drag division across the finish line till Braun Breaker gets back. So that's logical. I can understand that. Paul Heyman has some what's the word I'm looking for? Not longevity. That is the word. That's a word, but that's not the word. Je
ne sais quoi?
No, it's not je ne sais quoi. I just lost the word. I have some faith that he does the right things. That he cares. I think Don Callis wants to be the star. I think Don Callis wants to be the star of his shit. I don't like that. Paul Heyman
is not?
Paul Heyman don't want to be. Paul Heyman just is. There's a difference.
Paul Heyman, you want a video producer who ain't all in your dance videos?
What are you talking
about? That was obscene. That was obscene.
Paul Heyman was in the ring grabbing tribal nuts. All mania.
That was. But
and then cut a promo the next week on Monday talking about, I have a stable with the vision and I chose Seth Rollins and I want to grab the Revolutionaries nuts. It's the same shit.
It sound better coming from Heyman, goddammit. It sound better coming from Heyman. Tell Don Callis to step his promo game up then. Shit.
Okay, now that I can accept. It sounds better coming from Paul Heyman. I can fuck with that. Spinning out of that, just going to wrap up the show here. There was the Chaos of Canada match. That was a fun little match here. No DQ street fight because chaos just means no DQ, I guess. Super fun. There was a spot where the table did not budge for Danny Garcia.
Hilarious. Twice. Hilarious. I was dying. I was like, it still didn't break.
He did the power bomb, and Buddy just laid there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" That
he
like
just
hurt.
limp.
And then he did the flying. He like flew and then overshot him, and I was like, "Okay, y'all just lay down.
Yeah.
It's okay." If you watch the clip, you can see the fans looking at him like, "Bro, just stay down. Don't even get up. Just sit down."
It's cool, man. It's the thought that counts. You know what I'm saying?
Very much so. The fans are very enduring. Like, hey man, we see what you try to do. You try to give
cool.
us a moment. It's all right.
It didn't happen. It's all right. You'll get him next time.
I wanted to bring up the finish of the match though, because Ospreay and Mox have like this 1v1 here where Mox gives Ospreay like 3 fucking paradigm shifts, just blow, back to back to back, and kind of foreshadowing the neck being the issue or his target spot. Where you know how Mox is with his matches, he's gonna find the part where like you just came back from surgery, and that's where he's gonna like target you. Actually, Dynasty's tomorrow. I got a power driver counter. I say 4.5. You'll see 4.5 power drivers tomorrow.
In that one match or throughout the program?
In that one match.
Oh, nigga, hell no.
Jeez, bro.
If you're doing that to prove your neck is not broke, I don't want to be a part of it.
I got 4.5.
Jeez, bro.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under.
I'm not gonna count that.
If there's more than one, I'm going to be upset. And I know there's going to be more than one, so I'm just planning to be upset. But if there's 4.5,
Will Ospreay, if you can hear this, my Assassin's Creed brother, if you can hear this, you don't have to prove to us that your neck is cool. I promise you, you don't. We want to see you healthy. We want to see
2
you
in the
work.
ring, 1 on some steps.
Bro. All right, okay, all right.
I don't think he's going to understand you. You don't have enough baked beans in your mouth.
Anywho, getting to the finish of this match.
Can you pause that or something?
We won the war. I don't.
We just lost one, but
yeah, we did. Hey, rightfully so.
Rightfully fucking so. He takes like the 3 paradigm shifts here, and Newman's the one who saves him. Comes out, gives him I think he attacks Mox, and Ospreay gives Mox a hidden blade through the table. So it's showing that, like, hey, without your boy, you're not going to be able to do this match. And if it's Continental Classic rules, there's no interference. So, like, they're just, once again, showing that, like, if you don't have help, Mox is probably going to win here. At least that's how I kind of, like, broke it down to what they're trying to tell you in the ring.
Yeah, so that's my biggest problem with this whole damn. It's not even the fact that Mox is heel again or whatever. It's that Will does not need to be going for this title.
No.
Honestly, Mox shouldn't even have the title. Konosuke should have won, but that's a whole other conversation.
Sure.
But like, he does not need to be going for this title, which means he probably either they're gonna put it like because we would all hope, since we've been watching the show, that Will be going for the main title at Wembley. We would hope that would happen. That's still like what, 5 months away or something. So what, he wins this title and he drops before then, or he gets 2 belts. Both scenarios are stupid. And you know what another stupid scenario is? Him losing his return match. So like this should have been non-title at the. No, I
that's
wouldn't
what
put it either.
It was first advertised as a non-title. It was just gonna be Mox versus Ospreay, and I was like, okay, cool, non-title. I get it. But
yeah, and they switched up this Wednesday because I noticed it. Like, yeah, I almost spit out my teriyaki, and then I got upset because I almost spit out my teriyaki because I'm like, what you mean this is for a title? Will don't need that shit.
If I'm not mistaken, that means the Owen is coming up. Actually, next month, because Double or Nothing is where the finals are. It should be happening pretty soon. So we have Spring Breakthrough in Seattle and Portland, and then after that, or maybe during that, we'll start seeing the matches for the Owen Hart, and the winner of the Owen Hart gets a title shot at All In. So he could lose to Mox and then jump into the Owen, like, or maybe they just don't have him planned to be the one who challenges MJF for the Owen or for the title, which is also interesting because I don't think MJF should lose either, and I love Kenny, but MJF is the one that's keeping, like, he's moving the train.
Call it
what
it is.
The King, you know, this might be his last. This is his last run, so I wouldn't put it past him to give him a babyface title run, because he was a heel when he got the title.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that works.
But speaking of All Out, from the makers of All Out Laxative, I wanted to talk to you guys about All-In condoms. For if you want to be protected, you have to be all in.
Not on episode 100. I'm not
giving
you.
You can't mute his mic. You can't mute his mic, but you can mute mine.
You're right.
Code WAV.
Equal opportunity. It's okay.
You gonna talk about? I said Grande Americano.
It's all right. It's okay. I got you. I did it. Okay. You're happy?
No, bro.
Everybody's it's equal opportunity here. We will not do condom ads on episode 100. Now 101.
Okay.
You're all in. Or all out.
All right.
Or whatever the fuck it is.
And he just slid that one in there.
Like, what?
And with All In, you could do the same thing.
Jesus fucking shit, man. Goodness gracious. It just never stops. It's funny because we're speaking about MJF and Kenny, and they cut a promo, and Kenny's talking about, like, you know, his health was overstated and he's fine. He's actually 100%. The doctor came out early in the show and said, you know, Kenny's 100%. But MJF came out later in that promo. It's like, you know, Kenny, your clock is ticking. Like, your time is coming up. And if you're not ready to battle with me at 100%, then it's just not going to work. Like, I'm about to run right through you. Kenny offers, like, hey, we can just do a handshake here. Just shake hands. That's like, this is the last time we ever be cordial with each other, and like in the ring, and let's go for it. Kenny goes for the hand. MJF looks to attack. Kenny like counters with the V trigger and takes his ring. Like, hey Max, I've been watching you. I've been studying your tape. This time around, like, you're gonna have to try something different because I know all your moves here. And that was pretty much the show here. Overall, enjoyed the show. Thought it was great. I do want to jump into Dynasty predictions, though. So if you guys, you know, wouldn't mind humoring me with what we're looking at here.
Yeah, before we do that, I want to state two things. Shout out to AEW for the 2 video packages. If I was someone who, for the most part, I don't know anything about the early stages of AEW and the history behind why these 2 individuals in the main event are so pivotal, you letting me know why MJF is considered the devil or demon of pro wrestling, and letting me know why Kenny Omega is considered the god of pro wrestling and all of his monikers and all the places that he dominated, etc. Fantastic fucking job. Fantastic job. Like, I really appreciate that. And then secondly, I need MJF to pull out a different trick at the end of his match so he continues to be the dirtiest player of the game and continues to hold the belt. And he can then tell Kenny Omega, just because you study me don't mean you know all my tricks.
Fair. Yeah, I think that would be good for good character growth for MJF, is that I'm doing something different now.
Mm-hmm.
Match card here. We do have pre-show stuff, and it's actually kind of interesting. We didn't talk about it, but Megan Bayne and Lena Cross are the women's tag team champions. They look fucking amazing. Like, the visuals of them, like, together with the belts and everything, fucking fire. Mm-hmm. They're also wrestling high-end in Maya World, which is a huge pull for them. Talk about somebody who just steps up after somebody doesn't want to work, and now you guys were doing your first pay-per-view. Shout out to them. Let's talk FTR versus Cope and Cage for the tag belts.
I hate it for my soul, but it's going to be CNC.
Going to be a great match, but just like the fact that this has to be for the belts.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hero. You go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's it. I meant, CNC, and let's get this over with. Like, yeah, I'm over CNC, this feud.
The Bucks at All In. Like, I know where you're going. This is how we get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congrats to y'all reuniting and working together. That's all I got to say.
Mox versus Ospreay, I think we kind of already touched on this a little bit here. I purposely would like to see Mox just returning if Will Ospreay is going to be the one going to All In for the belt. So I'm going to Mox here.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. Okay,
Nope.
yeah, I'm going. Since it's for the title, I'm going Mox too because Will does not need this title.
I'm gonna be on my own. I'm gonna say Ospreay.
Okay.
Yeah, they can TK book away for him to lose the belt before it happens. So I'm just gonna say Ospreay. That's his first match back.
It's true
Yeah, he
because we
should
saw
win.
fucking
He should win. He should
Ciampa
win.
lose it in a week, in 2 days actually.
Brother.
So it's possible. Idolo versus Darby. If Darby wins, he receives the AEW World Championship match.
Come on now. You know what it is.
I
You already
know.
it. I'm rocking with the ladies, man. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah. So since I'm choosing Kenny, spoiler alert, I'm going to choose Andrade for this because I think we get that rematch for the title.
Yeah, and I
But
feel
Kenny
like
wins.
if I'm not mistaken, we've already been here before with Darby in the title like opportunity. He doesn't need it. I'm going Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade.
And he doesn't need it before Will at this point. If Will is the and Wembley is the end game, then yeah, Darby's just going to have to wait a little longer. Shouldn't have
I just
climbed the
don't
mountain,
even.
bro.
Yeah, I don't see the. I think the roster has maybe moved a little bit past Darby being the champion. I think that we have people here who could fill that void. Like you said, last year was perfect time to do it. We're looking for somebody to take it off Mox. Like we're looking for somebody to be that catalyst, and it was Hangman, of course. But I think we're moving a little past that. Tekla hater, Tekla. I don't see anybody currently stopping her reign right now. It's most likely probably going to be Monet when she comes back, which I assume she comes back pretty soon because she has the own belt. But yeah, Tekla is probably walking out here with that. Plus, she has the numbers. So
Yeah. Hated her promo. So I wouldn't
I mean,
be.
people were saying she was drunk, and I'm like, they were like, seemed like they were happy about that, and I'm like, why would you be happy about that if that's true?
I missed the promo. It's kind of hard to predict a winner for a Casino Gauntlet match, but do we have anybody you would like to see be the TNT champion?
Ciampa.
Shelton.
He shouldn't have lost it.
Yeah, Shelton's
That's
cool.
true.
He should be going into Dynasty as the champ.
And we didn't talk about that either. They came back. They were today. Yeah, Hurt Business came back in action today. Also announced last week they were looking for a new member to add. So we're getting a little sneak peek or probably a baby build on, them looking to add a member. And I think that's a good idea. Just in case one of them does get injured, you can still kind of move and operate the Hurt Business. We seen that when Bobby went down, Shelton kind of went out because I don't have anything currently to do. Which I think is kind of crazy because Shelton's a great singles wrestler, but I understand you want to do everything in the Hurt Business kind of like world there. So hopefully we'll see who the fuck they add. I don't have any ideas of what they're going on or who they're going to add and how they're going to get them into the group there.
Will they be black?
Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Bucks versus Okada and Konosuke.
Bucks.
Most likely Bucks. Just because I don't.
Because
They can't work together.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't going to talk. I was laughing.
I was just saying, anything to make Don Callis' life miserable works for me.
Fair. Okay. Just a natural hatred for Don Callis. Is it just because his roster's really like stacked, or is it just Don Callis?
Is it stacked, or is he just hoarding people?
It's kind of like when you ever play like Madden and you just put all the 99s on your team. That's what it is.
How many people on his
that-
team is actually 99s?
I'm just saying hypothetically. You're never going to start these players. You're never going to play them all. You're just going to run up the field with Michael Vick. I get it, but
I guess. Whatever makes his life miserable makes me happy.
Jericho versus Ricochet.
That's easy.
Jericho.
Can't believe I'm saying it, but Jericho. Are all the Attitude wrestlers in AEW right now?
The active ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't count like Al Snow, who's in charge of the OVW, which they got in, they was in the news a couple weeks ago for letting the referee almost die.
I didn't see that. That's crazy.
I did see that.
He got hit and like he started having a seizure or something, and
Huh?
nobody knew what to do.
Yeah, he was still in the ring having a seizure, and the wrestlers were still wrestling, and it took them a minute to acknowledge the fact that he was seizing. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't see that at all. That's wild, yo.
Yeah.
That's
and
so
it was
crazy.
Like, he was a kid too, he was like 22. He was like 22 year
Damn.
old or something like that.
Damn. Fuck. Hopefully everything
He's
worked
alive,
out
though.
for him. Okay, cool. That shit's crazy, bro.
I don't
Let's
know
start
how
with
he's
that
doing,
first.
but he's alive.
Kid's alive, but he had a seizure. It would have been a way better lead-in, nigga. Like,
My bad.
fuck, yo.
Yeah, they got him.
Fucking hell, man. War Dogs versus Conglomeration. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and a TBA. They are going to announce their third at the pay-per-view for the trios that the Dogs just won tonight from Jet Speed and Dorada, which would make sense. It's kind of a filler. Actually, the whole trios run from Joe to them was a filler because y'all kind of fucked up by giving it to Hangman, even though he was doing shit. But anywho, Dogs versus Conglomeration, +1.
I'm not a fan of the Dogs just based on the promo I just saw. So, like the Conglomeration could be a part of Don Callis, and I would instantly be a hypocrite because I would want the Conglomerate to win just based on what I just saw from the Dogs.
Fair. Fair.
I don't like the Dogs either. I feel like it would be weird to have Finlay lose his first pay-per-view, but again, they're not. It wouldn't be the first time either. And also, like, assuming the third is either Mark Briscoe or Kyle O'Reilly, it would make a lot more sense for them to win for that respect. Anyway, so
That's
I'm
true.
going to Conglomeration. Hopefully it's Kyle, because we haven't seen him since that Moxley match, and I don't remember last time I saw Briscoe. So
And I think Kyle also been hinting that he's been like, I think he's either cleared or getting really close to being cleared. He had came out and said something like in an interview recently where he's like, oh, wink, wink, maybe like I might be there kind of thing. So we'll see. And then MJF versus Kenny. My vote was MJF.
I'm going to go Kenny.
Definitely MJF.
Okay. And there you have it, people. There's our predictions for Dynasty. We're going to wrap this up with SmackDown talk here. Because what would we do if we couldn't talk about Pat McAfee and the shit that's going on here? Before we get into Pat, huge shout out to Royce Keys for his debut against Berto. Shout out to the man coming out and wrestling. I've seen a lot of chatter, a lot of people like, oh, where is he at? He hasn't been on stage. I was one of those people like, hey, he hasn't been fucking wrestling. He's been on main event, getting his reps up before the show in front of the live audience. I respect it, and we finally have a debut. Hopefully we figure out what we want to do here with Hobbs, or my bad, Royce Keys.
Well, unfortunately for Royce Keys, he got approached by Solo. So hopefully it is a 1v1 and not him getting involved with the MFTs and the fucking Wyatt 8.
Yeah, that wouldn't fit at all.
I thought it was a solid debut. The music is cool. He needs some pyro. But yeah, no, I thought it was a solid debut. Berto did good. It was a gentleman's squash. Yeah, I thought it was cool. And this is no shade. It's gonna sound like shade, but it's no shade. But I appreciate, because I didn't listen to the Stephanie McMahon podcast, which he talked a lot about his life. But with the opening, with the video package before the match and whatnot, I feel like I learned a lot about him in just that 15-minute segment than I did the last 6 years at his last promotion.
He did the same promo in AEW. The exact same one.
It's not. The writing wasn't as
I'm
well.
talking word
the video
for
package.
word.
Hey, man,
Then say the video package is what helped put it all together. But the Oakland thing has been a thing.
Yeah, no, I know he's been from Oakland, but I'm just like, it just feels like the way it was shot. It makes you feel more. It felt more real to me. It felt.
Oh, they gave you the goddamn
was,
ESPN draft fucking story. Now you feel like, oh, he was shot in Oakland with a hard, struggling black man that came from a crack-ridden family. Not talking about House, by the way, but just like
it makes you. It makes you into the character.
This first round draft pick had to survive his parents dying, his grandmother getting cancer, just to make it here.
Every fucking year.
His younger brother's at SUT, and he had a 2.0 grade average all the way through college, but somehow he made it to the NFL, and this kid is going to take care of his family.
His great uncle called him Man, and now Man is in the NFL. Like, I hate it. Because you don't need to do that. You wouldn't do that for anybody else.
His match was cool. I'm more interested to see where they go. I don't want him to. I guess he's a big strong man. I don't want him to end up being just another strong man. He can't face Oba. He can't face Gunther. I don't want to see them touching at any point in time for a while. Like, if you want to really invest in the Royce Keys and build him up, then let's be strategic about who he wrestles.
I think Solo's a great dance partner. Y'all know how I feel about Solo, but I think Solo is like a perfect, like, he's going to get you right. He's going to show you the ropes and steps. Be a good
and he'll be able to fight at least 4 to 5 of them, too, so you can keep it going. He'll go up the fight ladder like Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Real quick, JC Mateo's Cuban looks like it was choking him, and I just don't like this dude, bro. I need him off my television, bro.
Listen, I feel the same about Don Callis, so I can't really say
I like
nothing.
that. I like everybody got they
his
Mateo,
chain, bro,
Don
like,
Callis,
there's no,
Americano. We got our ones, all right?
Yeah.
It's fair.
I mean, I got like Tid, but hey, bro, that Cuban, you need a couple more links on it, bro.
Damn. I will say this. Him doing the interview with Kathy, I believe it was, he's trying to get over this. His tagline is supposed to be "aight," and the way he's saying it, it sounds very similar to Ricochet's "aha" to me, and I just think he too big for that right now.
And even I don't like that. I don't like we need something that you can say to connect to the fans. Like, not everybody needs a yeet or LA. Like, there's other ways that we can like resonate with the fans, and I hate that it's not a shoe-in, but it's a very easy one that we see a lot. That's used a lot in the WWE.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a requirement down there. It's like part of the starter package.
Yeah, and it can be different. EO don't say nothing. EO got the fucking head taunt. Like, that shit gets over, right? Like, it doesn't have to be a phrase you can put on a shirt, you know?
Well, I mean, it's also just a wrestler thing, because his old phrase used to be "Big Black and Jack," which is like or take it, hate it or love it, whatever. But like people have their thing. I'm better than you, and you know it. etc. etc.
But let it come naturally. Like don't. Like this one feels. It feels forced, and he tried to force it into this interview 3 or 4 times. Like it was like when she said something, he was like, "Aight," and I'm like, Wait a minute, Nick. Just let me get used to you first before you start trying to throw taglines at me. Like,
and then he even whispered it as Solo was walking away too. He said it like 3-4 times.
And it might be who you are naturally, like, cause they let Jacob do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and he yelled at and all gas no brakes, and the boy almost slipped up like 3 or 4 times in his first 2 months, but they held it together. So. Like, maybe he's trying to figure that out, but it can't be, like, if you think about it, it's Jacob, it's Royce, it's Bailey, and I think it's one other person that are all from that same area.
The Bay Area.
Yeah, and they're all different. So just be different. You don't have to do the same. You don't have to, like, let the Bay shit shine. There's so many different, it's a melting pot of cultures and whatever.
You could have just gave the Bay Area lingo to the black man.
He probably wouldn't have sounded right. I'm sorry.
That's so fucked up.
If the "I" is not hitting, like him saying "yada I mean" is probably not gonna hit either. You feel me? Like
that's so fucked up. It was like the instant, like, he probably wasn't gonna say that right anyway.
Listen, I've come to the conclusion. I told Hero, I just realized I don't dislike Becky Lynch talking. I just dislike her yelling. The moment it gets up to a certain pitch and an octave, I hate it. But when she cuts a regular promo and she just talking normal, I have no problem. I fuck with Becky Lynch. The moment she raises her voice to a certain octave, I'm out.
That checks. I think he said the same thing when she had approached Paul Heyman and called him like a spineless like something, but she didn't yell at him. It was a cutthroat like promo that she did. It was fire. So you may be onto something. Speaking of who's not onto something, Pat McAfee, right? Makes his entrance, gets on the mic, and I'm immediately thinking here, after I've seen the clips, why the fuck does Pat McAfee have a mic? Pause here for people who haven't been watching, and we ain't talking about it yet, but the person on the phone with Randy Orton making him go get into this Viper mode, making him remember who he was Pat McAfee. That's who was giving him the prep, the talk, the energy to go out there and attack Cody Rhodes. Not the history that we have with Cody and Randy. Not the history of, hey, Randy took out Dusty Rhodes. What I think it was like 10 years ago in the Bell, the what's the name of the fucking match?
You could have did anything. It wasn't
anything.
It couldn't have been Ric Flair. It couldn't have been Batista. It couldn't have been Triple H.
It could have been Triple H, like the nigga who had him in the faction. And the nigga, let's roll it back. Hold on,
if it's Triple H, he shows bias. Batista's retired and Ric Flair's under AEW contract.
Roll it back here, right? It was so crazy to me because you had Stephanie cut the promo against Cody. I'm like, why is Stephanie here? She ain't really had like no interaction with Cody like that, right? And it didn't make any sense to me then, because once again, it should have been Triple H. And I like that. You're like, Triple H is, he shows bias. Cool. But Triple H is on the goddamn videos for Oba and fucking Brock. Bring your ass over here. This is the motherfucker that needs you, right? You believe in Cody. He's your new quarterback. We see that he's your quarterback and Unreal, and you trust him and whatnot. But on this end over here, you got a history with Randy Orton. This guy that he was in your group. He took the belt. He took it from you. Like, show me something. Or not, I don't know. Either way, Pat McAfee's the one. He's the catalyst. He's the middleman here. He's the mastermind. He gets on the mic. He says, he calls San Jose a shithole. Flips the crowd off. It's crazy to boo him when he's the hero in this entire thing. Mind you, last week he also was talking about how bad the company is and how Cody Rhodes is the reason why nobody's interested in the product's the worst it ever is. And Randy Orton's going to fix this company. Right? That's what he's saying here. He says they cheer for spineless bums like CM Punk in response to CM Punk chants by asking if they like him, if they liked him when he called him Pat McAfee. But it's hard for him to take people like Punk serious when he's wearing his own officially licensed WWE merch head to toe. And then when that royalty check comes in, does it go to needy families who want WrestleMania tickets? Or does it go into the bank account entitled, I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia, which was a fucking bar. Mm-hmm. I will give you that, Pat. It was a goddamn bar. He calls Punk a fraud, like a politician, all talk, no action. Rolling over the second he gets into the room like the little bitch that he is. Which also brought me to my second point. He be cussing a lot. He's getting him off.
Him and The Rock, they're allowed to cuss for whatever reason.
There's a reason. You know the reason.
Well, we know. Yeah, but
So, and that was brought up by Damian Priest, which leads me to believe that Damian Priest was also one of the people that had an issue with The Rock last year. Because you remember those same points and shit was being reported last year. And then he came out in an interview and said the exact same thing. So either he's the quote-unquote voice for the locker room on Fridays, or he is the one that has been voicing his opinion about the lack of ability to do things that people who are in Ari Emanuel's pocket or best friends with Ari Emanuel get to do. Now, this doesn't make him wrong in saying it. It just now, to me, lets me know that he was the voice behind that.
Yeah. Continue the promo here. Pat agreed when he said WrestleMania ticket prices are too high, especially given that Randy is the only reason to watch the show. So he decided to be our hero. Even though none of us disgusting fans deserve it, he called Ram Trucks, the official sponsor of WrestleMania, and asked if they could help fans get to WrestleMania and got them to pick up 25% of the bill. And that anybody buys a night one ticket from now to end of Monday gets 25% off. WrestleMania Sunday? It's ass. Pat wouldn't recommend anyone spend the money on that. But on Saturday, Randy's going to save the business and win his 15th world title.
Now, real quick, because you brought up, we talked about this earlier, but him replugging a discount, I thought the way that he did it, I thought it was effective. Especially since Punk essentially asked him to do it. So I thought it was effective. I thought it was a unique way to be like, hey, we're having another sale. I just wanted to say that part. I thought it was effective. I think it's still stupid.
You know what would help you make more sales? Not pricing your fans out for 18 months, right?
Like, and not being at the same venue 2 times in a row.
That also
in Vegas,
would help too,
which is in the middle of a fucking desert.
But it's just, I don't like this gimmick or this story. We're using this as leverage of the prices were being priced out, and they're using that as a storyline. Like, this is not a storyline. This is real life, right? Like, what?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm not crazy here.
No, you're not wrong. But on the other end, there's some people that we like when wrestling adds real life effects. I wouldn't, or real life things into it. I wouldn't say that this is one of the ones I would do. I feel like it's a little too close on the nose. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
You can't cut a promo and say the product is bad and it's terrible, and Randy's here to fix it, heading into WrestleMania.
Or his whole character is that he's regurgitating everything that we see literally on Twitter.
It's like, but that's not good character work. That's terrible, bro.
Right, but yeah, there's people that say the same thing, and so they agree with him even if they don't like Pat. I think that's their. Again, I'm not trying to defend this shit. I don't like Pat. We all know who I like. I'm just trying to make sense of it as best as I can.
It makes no sense to use this as a promo. Once again, like I said, before going into WrestleMania, it's like you're inflicting poison on yourself and healing yourself at the same time. Like, it's just like you got tick damage, but at the same time, you're like, well, they're buying tickets, so we're in. I feel like we're losing touch here. And this is why I don't like this build compared to last year. At least last year we knew that, okay, this is what it was. Punk, Roman, the fucking 3-way between Heyman, Seth trying to kill off Roman because he hates Roman, he hates Punk. Like, at least there was something there. Both world title pictures are getting outshined by Brock and Oba. Punk and Roman's right there next. I don't give a damn about fucking Randy and Cody because the angling it weird. And even so, the celebrity interaction would have been fine, but they're over fucking doing it, right? It's like, even after this promo, Cody, he says something to Cody about, oh, you're an elite runaway artist. You're going to go back there and kiss Triple H's ass or whatnot. Cody takes off his fucking, shit and heads towards the ring. But Randy's out there beating the shit out of Jelly Roll. Like, what are we doing? This is about Randy and Cody. We are 8 days away. What the fuck is happening here?
If we did not have to watch this to record about it and talk about it, I wouldn't be watching night one. I'm going to just keep that a stat. And
it was so crazy because even this promo, he says that. The percentage is off is just for night one. Because that's the one that people are like, I can go without that.
Yeah, you're not making me want to spend $30,000 2 nights in a row. At least make me consider it.
So is this about going to the show or watching it?
Both.
Clarification. Okay.
Both. Like, if we did not have to come in and talk about it, I wouldn't be watching night one. The shit I want to see is on night 2.
Well, you know what time it is. We're going to go over predictions for WrestleMania. And I think that's a great way to start here, is to look at the card here that we have for night 1, night 2. Night 1 is, or nothing's in order, but I have the matches here. Vision, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Who we got winning that?
The baby faces. I think Speed turns on the heels because he didn't want to be associated with them in the first place.
He's also trying to get that curse off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA Knight.
And let me follow something too. I don't want to look like I hate all fucking celebrity interactions. I don't. I do shout out Jelly Roll for the work that he's done. That's something I did see in the Unreal that I did like. Also, I like Lil Yachty with Trick.
I don't.
I like it. I think Yachty should be a manager.
I
thoroughly
like,
enjoyed.
I don't like Lil Yachty's voice.
I think that's why it works. I think if his voice wasn't that, it wouldn't work. I think his voice is the reason why I like it.
Same.
Do you listen to Lil Yachty in your personal life?
One song, and half of it has J. Cole.
I don't think I have a single song of his on my phone.
That
Besides
wasn't a
maybe,
dig. Yeah, that
besides
wasn't a
maybe
dig.
broccoli.
I just wanted to know, like, if you're used to his voice, so maybe that's why you're. But I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm cool.
I like even if like without the voice, I like the look of like that's his manager. Like Trick Williams is this superstar, and he has Lil Yachty as like his egotistical, like obnoxious manager. Like I think that's a great pull.
I think he's the wrong one to do it. Do I have a suggestion for who should be doing it? No, because if it was me, he wouldn't have a manager. Trick can talk on his own.
True.
That was especially against Sammy. Like he was fine against Sammy.
About that either. Sammy getting booed is what happened?
He's turning heel.
Yeah, he's been turning.
Well, yeah,
heel
I get that,
but like, also Trick, he's the perfect opponent for it because Trick is over, and people want to cheer for Trick. People don't like that. People probably don't like that Sammy took advantage of Mello. That's probably how they view it as well. But he's been turning heel because he let Cody get in his face and essentially call him a bitch, and like make up your mind. That just happened 2 months ago. Cody dead ass was like, "Yo, stop bitching to me and do something." And he's like, "All right, fine, I will." And then he's been turning heel forever. So,
okay. Getting back to the card here, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, unsanctioned.
it's a shame that that's on night one. Should be a good
okay.
night.
Real quick. So Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan doesn't interest you at all. Seth versus Gunther doesn't interest you at all. Jacob and Drew doesn't interest you at all. That's 3 right there on night one.
I didn't say they weren't going to be good matches. I said I'm not. If we did not have to report on it, I would not be watching it.
I just listed you 3 matches that seem like something you would want to watch.
That doesn't change what I said, though.
Continue, Loner.
Unsanctioned, I'm going to go Jacob. I think that's my choice.
I think I'll go Jacob, too.
Speaking of Vaquer and Liv, I've got the women's titles changing. I think one of the two will change. I think Liv gets this one. Once again, the numbers. I just think that she has the numbers.
Fuck. I think I'll go Liv 2, only because I feel like Stephanie would benefit from the chase. Yeah, I think, but I don't. No, fuck. Yeah, I'll go Liv 2. I'll also go Liv.
And if I'm not mistaken, the women's winner for the Rumble last year didn't win last year. Because that was Charlotte, right? Yeah, so, yeah, this makes sense. AJ Becky.
Wait, DT didn't get
Oh, yeah, my bad. DT.
Yeah, y'all skipped over me twice.
My fault.
Y'all good. You're good. I just think,
Well, who do you have, nigga? What you
I'm
got?
about to go.
What you
got?
got?
Right
Shit.
now. McIntyre's gonna lose because he's going to go film a movie, so McIntyre's gonna lose.
I forgot about that.
I have Vaquer winning because if I have Vaquer winning that match, and I already said I had the Usos, and those are the 3 we talked about. And you said Becky and AJ. I don't know.
I'm gonna go AJ.
AJ. Only for I want to see the AJ run of like, once again, I think we have talked about it. Y'all have mentioned it a couple of times, just running through the people that you inspired. So I want to see that. I think I want to see AJ versus Roxanne for the belt.
What do you do with Becky?
That's a great fucking question.
Because she's been hovering around this belt forever. So what do you do with Becky?
If Stephanie retains, then I would do Stephanie and Becky, because Stephanie needs more heaters to make her more popular. And Becky is really good at making people look good.
One of the things that they had mentioned in the Jade interview on the Joe Pod was that, or Jade had said, they book which one, or they book feuds based on who makes the most money. Which ones are going to be the most profitable here? And as interesting as it would be to see Stephanie versus Becky, I think once again the money matches are Becky versus Liv. Even though we've seen it already, you just go back to that because you know for a fact it's an engagement piece that you can stretch out, over 12 fucking weeks, 8 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever. Like, it still wouldn't stop the money aspect though. I think they overlook heel face for money.
Yeah, maybe. I think if Stephanie wins and AJ wins, I think we get Stephanie and Becky. I think that would be the route, I guess, because I'm trying to think of like all the other women, and most of the other women are in tags.
Do they run it back at Backlash?
That'd be match like 3. I don't want to. I mean, they might, because Backlash is nothing but rematches, but I don't think we need to see this shit again.
I feel like the last 2 Backlashes that I've watched have not just been rehashes of rematches.
Yeah, they have slightly been breaking them up.
It's been its own separate situation.
What you got?
No, you're still talking about Becky and AJ Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say AJ Lee.
Women's tag?
Yeah, Nia Lash versus Charlotte Bliss versus Bayley Lyra versus Bella Twins.
Originally I was going to choose Bella Twins, but it looks like Nikki might have a sprain.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean it's going to stop her from performing. But let's let the women of color retain. Second choice is Bayley and Lyra, because Bayley could use a win since she was off of last year's Mania. But I'm gonna go with Lash and Nia retain.
This was interesting because I did hear the injury reports or rumors about the Bella Twins, and how like if Nikki was injured and unable to compete, they were just gonna swap in Asuka and Kyrie. So if that's not the case and Bellas are healthy, I would love to see Bellas like get a shot at Mania. That would be kind of fire to me, just for like the moment. But I'm leaning Bayley Lyra. I think I want to make last year right, so I would want to see Bayley and Lyra get it. DT.
The ones that have the most story are Charlotte and Lexi and Bayley and Lyra. I don't know if they're gonna rehash the Bayley split personality thing. It seems like they got away from that. I don't know if her losing brings us back. I don't know. I'm just gonna say Charlotte and Lexi, even though I would probably prefer Lia. Who is Lia? I would probably prefer Nia and Legend to win, but I think as far as story is concerned, those are the 2 teams that have the most story, where you can get something out down the road.
Seth Gunther.
Gunther. I already said why earlier in the program.
Seth Rollins, and I said why earlier as well.
Seth versus Gunther. Who do I think wins? The true wrestling fans. That's what I chose there. This is gonna be a great fucking match.
What a cop out! Pick one.
We win. We win.
We win. We win. The ones who want the grass. Man. Same thing that H said earlier is that like to come back off of injury and lose, I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't want to see Seth come back and lose. And okay, any possibility that Braun spears him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't. I think it happens. I think it happens Monday. I think it happens Monday. I don't.
No, so
you don't ruin this match with a fucking interference, man. I'm not saying they won't do it. They will do it. They can do it.
You know what you're fucking talking about?
I know.
It's WrestleMania. There will be interference. It could be as simple as you said, you're doing me a solid, so I'm gonna do you a solid and secure your victory. And now I don't owe you any favors. Oh no, but you do owe me a favor, and that was I didn't need help.
That feels slimy, bro. I need this one to be clean cut. If you can give me 20, 25, 1v1s, no bullshit, in it. So I got Seth. If that's the avenue we're going with, Seth. If there's shenanigans, Gunther. That's how I feel. Cody Randy. If Orton loses, Pat will leave the professional wrestling business for good.
Oh my god.
Shouldn't be a stipulation. Shouldn't even be there. Pat, we don't give a fuck. We honestly do not care.
No. I never wanted you to return. So.
I didn't want Cody to be in the championship match. I wanted Drew to be here.
So since they put that stipulation with Pat,
you already know what it's gonna be, bro.
See, my thing is, I feel like SummerSlam is such a better place for Randy to win because SummerSlam is his shit. Like that's his pay-per-view. I'm going Cody Rhodes, and I'm gonna say Pat's gonna betray his word anyway because he's Pat. Who gives a shit what he says? I think Cody retains. Randy wins this at SummerSlam.
Oh man, this is tough.
I hate the idea of pushing this feud even further.
This is so tough, bro. Because I want Randy to win, but I do not want Pat to be here. I don't want Pat around at all.
And that's why they did that. It is.
But I want Randy to win. Like I want to see Randy, like, just what does that look like? What does Randy as champion look like? I know what Cody's run would look like, or not would, but have a good idea.
Yeah, we've seen it.
What does Randy look like? And that's where I'm interested in. So, I fuck. Ugh. I'm going Randy.
Yeah, it should be Randy, regardless of fucking Pat McAfee. It should be Randy.
Does Jelly Roll help him out?
No, Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee are gonna have a match at Backlash.
It's gonna be a tag match. It's gonna be Cody Jelly Roll versus Randy versus Pat.
Well, because it could very well be a singles. We've seen Pat go against Gunther by himself. We've seen him go against Stone Cold, and then we've seen Jelly Roll do a 1v1 as well. He just beat up Kit Wilson. He's good. They're gonna do it. Oh my god, yeah, they're gonna do a 1v1.
Night 2, and looking at this match card,
fire. It's a fire match card. There's a reason why it's the main night.
Night 2's crazy.
Yep.
Oba Brock, the ruler.
He's the mountain you cannot climb. It's Oba. Oba's winning that match.
Is this the first sweep, or is?
Huh?
Is this going to be the first sweep? The first one we all agree, unless H has something in his pocket here.
I think he just said he had Brock winning.
I can see a route where it makes sense to have Brock win, and then to have Oba win the second match. Because Brock has been getting he's been taking a lot of offense. He has not gotten a one-up on Oba yet at all.
You're correct.
And then, like you said, if Oba wins, it makes no sense to go. There's no IC. Like you get that briefcase and you become champion by summer, hopefully.
Does he need the briefcase?
It's an easy way to get the championship. And they did this.
I could just run up and smack the nigga with the belt though. Like I don't know. I don't know.
It depends on how long they want to have someone hold the briefcase. Like, do they want to have someone hold it as long as like Tiffany or do they want to have someone cash in relatively soon and just call their shot because they're that big and bad? I don't know. It's just a quick, like, if they want to get rid of it, because a lot, like, it doesn't seem like Triple H likes having the briefcase out a long time because it can hinder a story and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on Oba and he cashes it relatively extremely soon.
What, that
like
same night? But he's just successful.
It didn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same night. It could be the next. It could be the following show. But also, I agree with you. He doesn't need the briefcase because he's over and people already like him.
It's true,
especially if he beats Brock. So, yeah, you're not wrong in that either. I'm gonna go Oba, but I can see them doing Brock, but I'm gonna go Oba because I want him to win. I want him to win.
I could too, but off GP, I gotta go Oba. Yeah.
I just want to add this in here. So, I have Oba doing, like I told her here before, have Oba doing something we haven't seen or that I believe we haven't seen. And even if it's for a brief second, I have Oba taking Brock Lesnar to Suplex City.
Over and under, how many suplexes?
Oh, for the whole match? Let me go 8. I'm going to go 8. 7.5. 7.5. Make it a number we can bet over and under on.
Fine, I'll go 6 because I was going to do 7. I'm going to do 7.
You was going to do 6 or 7?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5. And I don't expect this match to be long. I'm going 15.
20 tops.
Max.
20 tops.
Max.
Y'all tripping. This shit is going to go fucking 8.
Here's the thing. I think the longest part of the match might be Oba's entrance.
That's the longest part of the match for everybody is the entrance, bro. I'm calling. Yeah, 8 minutes. Without entrances.
Okay, wait. Let's look. Let's look. Just real quick. Let's just look. It starts at 3 p.m. Okay. The first entire hour is free, which means it has to at least be 30 minutes. So it's probably really going to be 25 minutes. It'll probably be 20 minutes, and then the latter match is going to... Yes. It's probably going to be a 20-minute match.
Huh?
Bro, Brock is not working a 20-minute... A big man? We're talking about big, meaty men bumping meat, bro. That is...
Off the bud?
He said Brock is going for 25 minutes, y'all. It's been real. It's the wave. He out the mud, y'all. Like, what?
20 minutes, bro. 20 minutes.
Nah, bro.
And I think 8 of that 20 minutes is going to be the entrances, but mostly Oba's.
8 minutes of entrances? Nigga, you got 15 minutes of entrances.
Okay.
We'll see. Penta, Javon, Dragon Lee, JD, Rusev, Ray for the IC. Is it time for Penta to lose it? I'm
going Javon. And Penta doesn't have to.
Love to see Javon.
Penta is not going to get pinned. It's a ladder match, so it takes nothing away from Penta.
I would see Javon get it, and he's managed by Kof. I would love that.
The young OG been talking to an OG, and fucking Xavier's out still. So
managed the young OG being managed by one of the greatest IC champions. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Javon would be sick. I would not be mad at it. I am gonna go Penta retains. I'm going Penta retains.
What if
he just got to do pyro? That nigga is too cool, bro.
He is. He is.
He's the coolest fucking wrestler on the planet right now, in my opinion, optic wise.
What if Ray accidentally stops Penta from being able to get the belt?
Oh, bro,
he's been talking.
Take him out, bro.
He's been talking about how he wants to wrestle Ray. He's talked about it a bunch of times. So,
and I told you where you got to do it at.
Please tell me where. Oh, actually, the belt is being defended in AAA against what is it, Vikingo?
Vikingo.
Yeah, El Hijo de Vikingo or whatever. So he is defending the IC title. Is he doing that tonight? Did that happen already? All right, whatever. It don't matter.
Jade versus Rhea.
Jade.
It needs to be Jade. But if it ain't, you know why.
I don't think they keep it real on SmackDown, bro. They want my man back over. I don't think. I don't know.
And I like that because that's where my head was going too. Like I'm going Rhea because you need a pendulum shifter on SmackDown. Like
but,
you
well,
need that.
We got Bianca coming back sooner than later now that like she stopped posting updates, so we might get her relatively soon. That's another reason I think Jade retains.
Oof, Jade versus Bianca for the belt.
Fire.
That's what we've all been waiting for. That's
also
like
funny.
that's
She mentioned that too in the pod that like that's been in the stars. Like that's one of the ones where she knows it's a given. It's going to happen. She just doesn't know when it's going to happen.
And
it's the only reason she was paired with her, besides just being black.
Yeah. And they can both do their strong woman shit. I would love to see that. I want to see both of y'all press each other. Gorilla press each other.
Ab for ab.
Big meaty women.
Jade retains for me. Yep.
Yeah, it should be Jade.
Sammy Trick.
Trick. Let's go. He's probably gonna have the pop of both nights. Besides Oba.
I want it to be Trick. I really do. Like I really, really bad. I really do. But I think if Sammy is really healed, he gonna pull some shiesty shit. That's gonna get Sammy booed, get more heat. But if what's her name is fucking floating around anyway, so I'm sure Yachty's floating around there anyway. So who knows?
I mean, Mello might come out and throw him into a ring post. I don't know if his knee that hurt.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but I just feel like if Mello is really hurt, then I feel like to make the story go longer, you kind of gotta have Sammy cheat if he's going to commit to the heel bit. So.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
And especially if Javon wins, they're not. Yeah, there's too many belts on. It's just the
I love how we're all rooting for everybody black. I love it.
Of course.
Always.
I love it. But we also got to, temper expectations when it comes to WWE. If Javon gets this belt and Trick gets the belt on the same night, this might be the greatest WrestleMania of all time for me. And Oba beats Brock. We go 3 for 3?
They're not doing 3 for 3. We're going to take an L. So now let me ask y'all this. Then. Which loss are we willing to take? Just as a community.
Javon not getting the title. I think that's the fact that he's even at Mania, is like, because I was not expecting him to be on the card. I'm glad that he is, but we knew Trick was going to be on the card. We knew Oba was going to be on the card. I did not expect him. So that's the one I would be the least angry about.
Disappointed in.
I also don't think they're going to go 3 for 3, and I would rather have Oba win, and I would rather
4
have
for
Trick
4
win.
because we got to throw Jade in there, but.
Yeah.
I meant 3 for 3 in the sense of they all got called up at the same time.
Oh, okay.
They're all the new they're all black, but they're also all the new call ups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Trick doesn't need the US. I think
he needs a title.
No. I know he can have it and run with it. I don't think Trick loses aura with or without it.
No, he's not going to lose it, but what he could gain, what he could do for the belt?
No, for sure. With shooting to the stratosphere, I would rather see Trick. I would rather see Trick with the belt. Sammy. Don't get me twisted. I just don't think that if he loses, it would hurt him the most because Trick is still going to be Trick.
Oh no, it wouldn't hurt him if he lost, which is why what DT said makes a whole lot of sense, especially if they decide to run it back. But we brought this up. We talked about this earlier. I just want to reiterate. Trick having a belt got TNA a TV deal. So I will never be mad at him having a belt. Dust off get the mean coat with the lemon pepper steppers in the US title. Whew, come on, man. I don't know.
Bro, he was calling it the Trick NA Championship.
It can be good.
He called it the Trick NA Championship, bro. But here's what should happen, and this is not my idea. But I am fully championing and standing behind this idea. If he is going to be...
Time out. Where the fuck is Io at on this card?
She just got beat up by Jade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No. What the fuck you mean? She's got... I understand she got beat up by Jade. Where's she at on this card?
Don't cut off this Trick thing for
No.
Io.
Fuck that. Where is Io on this card?
She's not on the card. Everybody can't go. We just got mad that Melo didn't make it.
Io's not on this card.
She ain't on the card. The card is here now. What we gonna do?
Dishonor to you? Dishonor to your cow? Like, what are we talking about, bro?
This nigga Mushu.
My bad. Continue. My bad.
That's
I'm
a good
just
quote.
looking at the card. I'm a little surprised here.
Why? Everybody can't go. Shit, they clipped Bailey a week before, and she had a match. They clipped her a week before. If you could do that to Bailey, nah. See,
For my love for Bailey, I'm not gonna say anything.
yeah, respect it. She's probably the greatest of the four horsewomen.
For my love for Bailey, I won't say anything.
I think if we're gonna
after the year that she had, it is kind of crazy. She ain't on the card.
Nigga, God damn it, man. Like, come on, man.
I will give you that. It is kind of because in 2025
backpacking.
she was my wrestler of the year in 2025.
Jansport, yo.
But anyway, please DT Trick and A.
Io and A.
he should win King of the Ring. If we're gonna do the full Booker T Hollywood shit, Trick.
Damn,
This is not my idea.
That is a great idea.
But Trick Williams should absolutely be the King of the Ring. 1,000%.
That is a great idea.
He could be the greatest King of the Ring.
With the horns
of
already
all
in the
time.
entrance?
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah. God.
And then you know what this does? So here, you know what this does? This brings out an opportunity. Oh no, he's on SmackDown. Damn. I was gonna say it brings out opportunity for him and Xavier to cross paths and shit. That would have just
Well,
been fire.
the King of the Ring tournament's always cross brand, so if Xavier was healthy, they could
Yeah.
at least still have a match or something.
But yeah, have him and fucking have him win King of the Ring. That would be fire. And if you really
Yeah.
want to throw some spice on it, give it to Lash Legend too. But have him winning King of the Ring would be fire.
Yeah.
And that's not my idea. But
I just
fuck with
want to
that
know
too.
the reception of that in Saudi.
Y'all getting WrestleMania. Fuck your reception.
Is King of the Ring there?
We don't know that. They did
Just
it
in-
once. They did the Crown Jewel shit.
That's
This-
true.
We
That's
talking
true. That's
King
true.
of the
I was
Ring.
assuming that was in Saudi. That's me.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah,
My
no,
bad.
we
My bad.
can't. Shit, put it in New Orleans since y'all just so giving with fucking PLEs.
Dom versus Demon.
Demon. Yeah, bro. Hey,
This is
I might if the Demon loses this, if the Demon loses a fucking third match, I will be all elite, my nigga.
he gonna post it. It's gonna say Hero Dance is all elite.
I create the graphic. I create the graphic.
Here's my
That's
thing.
crazy.
This is why I did not want. I hated the idea of the Demon. Like you don't. You're Finn Balor, bro. You don't need the Demon for Dominic Mysterio. Now, if it's a handicap match and it's one versus Judgment Day, and you want to bring the Demon out, that's different. And they probably still gonna come out anyway and try to do some shenanigans and shit. But he can't lose. You had him lose to a nigga that went to AEW the next year, so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You tainted the Demon. We're not doing that. We're not. I'm sorry. All disrespect to Edge.
Finn's my guy.
I mean,
I gotta go Demon. Like,
Yeah.
just because Finn is Finn. Plus, he's been killing it with the new entrance, or not entrance, but his old entrance. Love it. Punk Roman.
Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. I mean, you put the one
So-
up first, so.
But before the I Hate You promo, and then right after the I Hate You promo, I was all in for throwing my ones up. I love my tribal chief, even though I do have some grievances with my tribal chief.
Clearly, you don't love him enough. If you about to pick Punk, Mr. I Hate
But-
Punk.
As a Seth
I
fan
feel-
choosing Punk, this is crazy. I gotta wait. Hold on. I might meet myself.
I mean, if Seth can be the one to take it off him, I mean, hey, man, it works out for me. I think for oh my god, this is gonna sound so corny. I think for the ecosystem of the WWE universe, it would be better if Punk retained.
Mute this nigga Mike. Mute his mic.
Blasphemous. He's not a real Architect fan. Who is this guy?
So,
I mean, Seth could just take it off the nigga, bro.
we know what I'm gonna choose, but the reasoning behind my choice, I explained to Hero off the pod. I think this is the perfect time to have Roman get the belt, and even though he says he's gonna be involved with Brock, and I can see that, have Roman get the belt and have Seth be like, bro, you spent 2 years talking down on this belt while I carried this belt and tried to lift it because you wanted to go home. I'm not letting you be champion, my nigga. This is not happening. That's my booking.
My only that's great booking, and I would love that for everybody, including us specifically. But I personally, I don't want I'm over a champion not showing up, man.
Which is why it's got to like boop 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 boop. So I don't know, man. It's tough because you can't. Does he need to be there every night? I don't think so. He should be there at least bi-weekly, minimum.
Yeah, bi-weekly I would take that. But in like I'm over the like again the bloodline was amazing, but I'm over the Usos carrying storylines for him. Does he need to wrestle every week? Absolutely not. But like it's just I don't want a part-time champion even though it is Roman, and I love Roman, but
it only works
if he
he's
could dedicate like 3 straight months, I'd take it.
6. I need to carry me to SummerSlam. Well, no, 3. My bad. 3.
Sure.
You're right. Or 4, because SummerSlam's in August.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And then disappear, and then come back for War Games.
You get to Roman and Seth. They're trying to time up their health and availability so these two can have this main event match.
And you know, it's funny you mentioned that because when I was listening to the pod and Tony was talking about that, and like I think I seen Triple H also talk about that as well, where building cards and trying to manage like injuries and shit is what's like the hardest part, because you have stories that you're trying to put together with people, but people are injured, and I never really like thought about how like fuck like okay, well, and also I think Triple H said like whether or not somebody may like each other too. Right, we've been like, oh, how come this dream match hasn't happened between this person and this person? Like, man, they don't fuck with each other, so we keep them far away from each other. But looking at it from the aspect like injuries, is like, yeah, okay, so Roman is dealing with something over here. He comes back in 4. Seth has a knee injury. He's gonna recover in about 6. How do we plan this or make this work? And like that in itself, for a roster of like fucking 80 to 100, impossible, bro. Fucking stupid. I gotta plan out 6 months of programming.
And to me, so here's the thing, right? To me, is if we all saw Seth get injured, we all knew he was going to be out. He even talked about he didn't want to miss WrestleMania. Cool, check that box, respect it. But if you missing WrestleMania means that coming out of WrestleMania on Monday, like you get to build into something bigger, I think that's a chance you take. Now, if you're talking about continuity and this not matching up, etc., we just saw the division, Jesus. We just saw the division just get depleted from injuries, and you got 2 people that people could care less about, and that are booing for the wrong reasons and not the right reasons, are trying to carry this faction until things get into place. You could tie in the fact that these 3 did the main event last year for WrestleMania. I feel like they could have had Seth wait if they were going to make this happen. Okay. Now, I understand that I just contradicted what I just said of it's Seth Rollins, and if he's available, you're not going to not have him on the WrestleMania card. No. But if you're talking about creating money matches and stories, and like you want to see these 2 at the peak of their powers before they retire. Yeah. They
have held him off when he was healthy before just to make the story that much better, so don't count it out. Good. Cool. That was our Mania predictions. I'm wrapping this up. It's episode 100. I went back and listened to a couple episodes before, just throughout the history of us. and it has some takes from everybody here. I didn't.
I want to hear this. Is this like reviewing tape? You reviewing tape on us?
I definitely went and reviewed tape, and as as much as I want to be like those early episodes, it was a joy to do that. It was not. We were terrible, absolutely fucking awful. But we grew and we became better. With that being said, first take, DT shows up. I think episode 2, maybe 3. Sounds like he's calling from the pen. It sounds like this nigga's in jail.
I told y'all. Y'all was one that was like, hey, it's cool, bro. We just getting started. Don't worry about it.
It was cool. At the time, I went back and listened. I was like, why does it sound like he calling collect? Like, we had to press 9 and let this nigga come in and talk wrestling.
You have a collect call from inmate.
Inmate DT. And I was like, damn, okay. So, audio quality has gotten significantly better. We're moving. Question. We talked about it back then, that Drew McIntyre has not got his moment. Does that still relate today?
No, Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre has been the lifeblood of WWE for at least since then. He has been in every major PLE. He's carried weekly shows. You could argue he's had some of the best matches. I think this unsanctioned match is probably going to be one of his better matches. So the answer to that is yes. He has had multiple.
He has had his moment.
Multiple.
Assuming that combo was before Mania 40, then yes. I'm gonna say he's had because he won the title at Mania. He lost it right away, but then he won the Chamber. Then he won Money in the Bank. Did he get screwed out of those? Yes, but all those are also moments. And then he eventually did get the title back again. And like DT said, like he's been the lifeblood. Like he's been carrying good story. He's been consistent, whether it's been in the ring, on the mic, and even online. He's been consistent. So, yeah.
Okay. And he won both belts. He won both of them. So,
true.
Like, granted, one was only for 5 minutes, but he literally won both belts. So,
next question. Back then, we're looking forward to the women's mid-card developing. Has that happened?
It did, and then it reverted.
Yeah.
It definitely, yeah.
We were really high on Michin and like those women being in the middle getting like their shine for these belts.
Chelsea Green. Yep.
Chelsea Green got it, but I definitely feel like we have not. That one has not been fulfilled yet.
Yeah, it was going in the right direction, and then something happened, and it just reverted.
This one is more of like just a statement. We might have a new Oracle in here. All right, episode 2. We're fresh. Mr. H here calls out everything that happens with Charlotte, revolving around the title and her being used a lot, which causes fatigue. This motherfucker even called out Tiffy Stratton and Charlotte way before it fucking happened. Like, and how that downfall was going to play out. It was fucking weird. Listen to that. So, shout out to Mr. H for being Oracle-esque.
Thank you.
Oracle-esque there in episode 2.
Okay, I appreciate the esque, nigga, because I'm still, nigga, don't do me.
We had 4-hour episodes, which I titled "Fuck No, Never Again." That was like, fuck no. I was like, we were talking wrestling for 4 hours, nigga. We're out of our fucking minds. No, not gonna happen. Yeah. Roman was 80 days away from his record at Mania, or at the point in that time it was like 80 or something or maybe it was 1,000. Was that still the best choice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in hindsight, yeah, because Mania 40, yeah, that ending to that story, yes. So Mania 39, him winning, it all worked out. Yeah. It all worked out.
This one was also just going back. The statement here is just looking at history. I forgot Cody introduced Rock. Cody brought Rock in because he cut a promo that says he's coming after Roman, but not at Mania. He has somebody else for him, and then opens the door for Rock to come in. And that's how that shit started. While I was listening to that shit, I was fucking rolling, bro. Like, that was fucking crazy to think about. And the next statement is that Hero calls it a work. His exact quotes: "You are making your baby face look like a bitch." Direct quote.
But again, you gotta remember what side of the fence
he says. Rock should have just won the Rumble. Says situation makes Cody and Seth look like cucks. End quote. These exact words, bro.
And I do not think I was wrong. I stand by that.
He says he advocates for a triple threat, maybe a special guest ref, because Rock can't go 25 minutes in that ring. He was 3 for 3 here. He was not. This nigga was shooting at he was Steph Curry. He was shooting at a clip.
Could you hear the venom in his voice when he talked about the ref?
No, like going back, bro. I was like, this shit is fucking funny, and I was like, he's not wrong. This nigga is definitely on point. It's just funny to also go back and deal with like people cussing out The Rock for interrupting the Cody, the WWE TKO discourse at that point in time. The fucking fact that they had a whole promo in Vegas where it's the family bloodline tree at that moment. Like,
that fucking PowerPoint,
bro. I forgot all about that shit, bro. I was like, oh my god, they did do this shit, right?
I go back to that every once in a while when I just want to laugh. I do, because I enjoyed it. I was all for it. I did.
Another one in here is that this one was more of a statement because we're talking about promos in Roman Reigns at that point in time, and one of Roman's promos was to Jay in the Thunderdome era, and he says, "I gotta hold the belt so our family can keep eating," which resonates a lot today. It's his whole motivation today, right? So I was like, damn, that's a really good pull from 2 years ago that still remains, now. DT calls out Cody for having the belt for a really long time. This is a fact. It may not have been like a long 3-year stretch, but it's been multitudes of like long reigns that he has had, or maybe 2 long reigns. DT calls Cap on The Rock not appearing at Mania after Rock appears at Bad Blood and does the 3 fingers. Rock does not show up until Elimination Chamber 2025.
Still no idea what those fingers meant.
Nothing, bro. Just not. And listen. That when we came out of all of that, what was my tone towards The Rock? I started calling that nigga Dewey, and I said, keep him the fuck away from WrestleMania. I said that.
Bad Blood Rock did the 3 fingers and didn't come back for 2 years, nigga. Like, or a year. Like, that's fucking hilarious, bro.
It was 6 months because it was that.
That's fucking funny, bro.
No, I might be wrong. Yeah, I don't even remember no more. That shit was so convoluted.
And last bad take, this is the one that we all shared here, is that the draft and Bianca did not go to the Raw, and Profits did not challenge JD or Judgment Day for the belts. That's just more of a collective, like, we wanted that to happen, but it did not happen. We have not seen Street Profits, and Bianca is not on Raw yet. So.
Jesus.
Overall, I enjoyed that. That shit was fun. I wish I would have did more, but it had a lot going on. Yeah. But at that time, mad fucking funny. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody for tuning in with us and making it to 100 episodes. Congratulations to the listeners. Congratulations to us. Man, it's been a fucking ride here. And we have Mania coming up next week. So expect 2 episodes for night 1, night 2, plus Dynasty. You got some more wrestling coming up. We're going to be real jam-packed and with you. But episode 100, just like episode 99. We're going to keep it real. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
2 Sweet Space Cowboys.
Believe in the wave.